Sorry about that. What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. And where do all fights start? Round one. Well, listen, let me tell you, King Rye pulled it off. Boy, did he. I was pretty excited, last night. I got, excitement out of all the fights, really. The Gary Antoine Russell was a back and forth affair. Beck the Bully, man, he could have got that guy out of there. Yo, the Martin fight with Albright said a lot. And about Martin and what level he's on in boxing. And, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about all these fights and everything that took place last night. So please lock in, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel, become a Round One Sports Talk member, help support the brand. And like always, let's hop right into this episode. What's up, fellas? Let's get it popping. What's up, guys? Yo, y'all hear me loud and clear out there? Let me know that you hear me loud and clear. I just want to do a test. Hold on, I got to check on my shit. You know how this should be. Here we go. I already had the microphone off. See? Good thing I ran a test. Real quick. I had to test out my mic. All right, so I know that's on now. I was just on the laptop part, right? Let me just check out the audio real quick because sometimes my system. All right, everything looks good. Now, hopefully you guys are hearing me loud and clear out of this mic. Round one. What's up, Frontline? How you doing, brother? Yo, let's get up here. Let's talk, Frontline. Yo, listen. You guys see it right up there? The Notre Dame is world champion. You guys see it up there? It's on top of the WBC with Naoya Inoue, the monster. We're real champions. We're Ryan Garcia, owns the WBC world title. You know what I mean? Yo, Round One Sports Talk became Mexican. Yo! King Ryan, yo, you did it, kid. You fucking did it. Hey, Ryan, and I just want to let you know, Round One Sports Talk, I had you all the way, bro. I never doubted you. Right? But I did pick Ryan Garcia in the fight. I had a unanimous. We even got evidence. And my co-host Frontline is on cue today. He's up here today. Here we go. Frontline.
What's happening?
How you doing? Hey, yo, Frontline. When you come up here and you address me, what's my name?
What's up, champ?
Oh, what's up, there we go.
Hey,
huh?
Boogie called this morning.
What did he say?
And I said I can't talk to you no more because you're not in the circle. You got demoted from mailroom to you're back to janitor.
Custodian duty.
Yeah,
you told the management wanted to see him in the office.
I did. I think he's avoiding.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Yo, listen, we got proof of all these things that took place last night. Hold on. We're gonna have to put this on the screen because, Round One Sports Talk, what we do here is we speak about facts, right? Look at this guy over here. Who's this guy? This guy must have been smart right here. This guy right here, he picked the winner. I just want to know if you guys can hear it too. If you can hear it, watch.
Ryan, 8th round.
Look at this. Shh, watch. Can you hear it? Watch.
Yeah, I hear it.
He's about to speak. Hold on.
Wireless.
Oh, this is wild.
The brain was analyzing, huh?
It was analyzing. I was in deep thought.
It was buffering. Biz, what's up? Boom, man, what's up?
Come on, what's going on? Why isn't it? Come on, here we go.
Look.
Watch. Ryan, 8th round, huh? All right.
I'm gonna have to take Ryan. I want Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna take Ryan Garcia.
He's in deep thought, ladies and gentlemen. He's
I'm gonna
in.
take Ryan. Uh, I think Ryan gets him out of there before Tank. Uh, this
Damn,
might go
Devin.
the distance.
Watch.
Deep
This
thoughts.
just might go the distance. I'm gonna take Ryan Garcia. Unanimous decision.
There it is, ladies and
Can I
gentlemen.
bug in?
There it
Was there
is.
only one stoppage on this card, and that was Beck?
Hey, Moon Man,
Yeah.
$2 super chat. Say, yo,
Hey,
Ryan is the money man now. He calls the shots. Hey,
yo.
I'm glad Moon Man said that. I am very glad he said that. Where the fuck was Devin Haney at last night? Why did he jump in the ring and say I want my get back? What
Oh
happened
no.
to Haney?
Yeah. No, the Haneys were under the impression that Ryan Garcia was going to lay an egg again. Last time that the Haneys were at a Ryan Garcia fight, they watched the bag get fumbled. Right. So right now, Ryan is the laughing stock because Devin at that point in time until last night was on a high. Devin just beat Brian Norman Jr. He showed the world he's Devin Haney again. Because both of them had answers to questions to answer after their fight. One of the questions was Ryan Garcia on an Austrian career? Was his career really based on Austrian or PEs or pads, right? And then Devin Haney, through the trauma that he suffered with Ryan Garcia, can he bounce back as a fighter? So the boxing world was asking a lot of questions from both these fighters. Here at Round One Sports Talk, I told you I'm not holding Devin Haney to that performance against Jose because he needed to get his confidence back. And I didn't hold Ryan Garcia to that performance against Rolly. I said, these fighters, they have off nights. And I believe in that. I said, let him have another off night and I'll tell you who that fighter is. Just like Frank the Ghost Martin. Frank the Ghost Martin, he showed that he can punch and everything, but when he got up to this kind of level with Albright, it doesn't look like he can get over that hump. He should
Let me
have
tell you.
packed Albright up.
Let me tell you
So,
something.
yeah.
With that performance Ryan did last night,
Mm-hmm.
yo, he will dog walk Devin.
Oh, no, we're getting to that. We are getting to that, brother. Let me tell you something right now. Not only did Ryan show up and show out, but this is the best version of Ryan. Listen, if you guys watch my live, I got like over 3,000, almost 4,000 views on that last night. And shout out to the boxing world for tuning in and watching my live because let me tell you something right now. I call fights like I see them. I try not to be biased. Sometimes I can be critical, harsh on a guy. Yes, I am at times. Because I expect a lot from these fighters. But that performance by Ryan, I mean, listen, he was so dialed in. His aura, Ryan's aura, the entire fight. Some fighters, they get back in their corner, they're like, yeah, or they're cheering, for the knockdown or whatever. Ryan was like a Terminator last night. Was not satisfied with anything he was doing in the ring until it was over with. That's when Ryan just like let everything out, and then Ryan is maturing in boxing. I think yesterday at the press conference, one of the reporters asked him, "Is this your best win?" And Ryan Garcia said, "Well, I like the Luke Campbell win." He says, "For me, because I faced adversity in that fight." He said, "But this is my most mature win. This is my most mature win," and it showed. Ryan Garcia was fighting like a real boxer last night. He
Bro, he
was,
was sharp.
he was showing the world he belonged. Look, he made Mario Barrio look below average. We're talking about the same Mario Barrio that went toe to toe with Ugas in a great performance. He didn't, what I'm saying? The fight with one time Keith Thurman was great. Legendary Hall of Fame fighter Manny Pacquiao got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Even though he's old, you can't fall asleep behind the wheel with Manny. He'll put you down. So Mario, he's been in there with skillful fighters, is what I'm saying. And Ryan Garcia,
That's nothing that Mario Barrio worked on with Joe Guzman, all the check hook strategy. Ryan implemented the right hand last night. And yo, let me tell you, man, no matter what he worked on, it didn't fucking matter.
At all.
It didn't matter.
Hey,
Ryan,
Biz wants to know, can we say that Ryan is the face of boxing right now?
yes. Yeah, 100% you can say that with confidence. Stamp
And
that.
then Moon Man wants to
Stamp
know, am I
that.
wrong or is Ryan very, very good again? The slick black boxer fighter, I'm going to call her right now. He beat Shakur and Devin.
Well, listen, you know, the slick black style, black American style, very powerful fighting style, if not one of the best in the world. When it's performed at the highest level, there are a lot of young men that are young black American fighters, but they're not performing it at the top level. Shakur is. That is the best version we have with the exit of Terrence Crawford. Now, if Terrence Crawford was still in the game, it would be Terrence Crawford all day. He's getting older, yes, but a young version of Terrence Crawford, Shakur would never beat him. No, Shakur can't beat Terrence. But all we have right now is Terrence, Devin, shit like that. Abdullah Mason, those are our guys, right? Okay. What can beat that is pressure. Pressure and power is what beats that. American style. The Americans have fallen to like Mexican pressure in the past, that kind of pressure that can really drown you and it will slow down your style. The American style is very slick when it's performed, like I said, at the highest level. It's fucking beautiful, but it can be beat.
Well, prime example of what you're saying, the prime example of exactly what you're saying is look at last night. What happened? Richardson Hitchens folded under pressure before he even got in the ring.
Well, let me tell you something. In defense for Richard Hitchens, right? Because he's down bad right now. And you know, when a guy he's getting it all over the internet right now, so I don't have to pour it on. You know, you know how I am in here. You know, sometimes I'll take the other road.
I'll pour it on after you. I'll let you praise him, and then I'll bring
you
him
little
right back
biased
down.
Puerto Rican. I know how you get down. And you're
I'll
gonna
bring
take
him right back
shots.
down.
Okay, but listen, what I'm saying is this, right? Okay. If let's just say that Richard Hitchens, because of this weight cut, the man looked like he was dying up there in the weight cut. I got to be honest. And if you guys have a chance, I would like you to watch him in the weight cut when he was in front of Duarte. Bro, his shoulder, look at his shoulder. His body was so depleted that it was giving unnatural muscle cuts. His shoulder didn't even look right. He was struggling up there. So embarrassing to report and say he might have had like bad diarrhea. That happens in that kind of weight cut where you can't control your stomach. If
That's part of
Duarte
the
would,
duck flu.
if Duarte would have punched him, Richard Hitchens might have shitted on himself in the ring. And going through that embarrassment of not being able to hold your bowels will stop you. You know, you don't want to fight in a diaper. You know, some fighters have in the past. It's funny and we don't talk about shit like that. But this kind of shit does really exist. You know, fighters have shitted on themselves in the ring. And that's because of these weight cuts. You can no longer control your bowels. That is real. That's real. Now, if that happened, I'm not backing Richard Hitchens, and you know what I'm saying? Because I know that there's another ugly side of boxing, a business side. And I'm not going to sit here and protect Richard Hitchens because I think, you know, although I know that the diarrhea and all that and the cold sweats and the flu-like systems, that shit is existing, so I have to bring it up. But I think he pulled out of the fight for a more lucrative fight. I'm thinking a bit more sinister here. And I'm thinking that Richard Hitchens ducked Oscar Duarte because no matter what, he made that weight. He made the weight. I think he could have made the weight in 9 o'clock in the morning. He would have gave it a couple hours until nighttime. Then flu-like systems would have got out of his body and he would have been ready to fight. I think he looked at Oscar Duarte and what he was supposed to do is get past Oscar Duarte to get to that money fight. Instead, 3 hours before the fight, he chose to opt out of the Duarte fight to go after the money fight. Now, if I'm right, Richard Hitchens' next fight is going to be a money fight. It's going to automatically it's going to be this money grab, and I have a feeling it's going to be against Conor Benn. I don't know why. It's going to be against somebody like that. Now, if he fights somebody next, I know he ducked Duarte. Now, the IBF, should they take action? Should the IBF take action against Richard Hitchens and suspend him, maybe put him in champion in recess and elevate Duarte to make Richard fight Duarte, not to avoid him? See, because that's going to lock him in with a Duarte fight.
Yeah, but
If
at that
Richard,
point, what Richard Hitchens would do, he'll move up. He'll move up to 47.
then get the fuck out of here. If you don't belong
Facts.
here,
I
wait,
agree.
bully. If you don't belong here, because this is a prime example for Richard Hitchens, you want to stay in this division, you want to hurt yourself so bad because what? You don't want to go up to the big boy division where you belong? Because you don't belong in this division, bro. You look like a skeleton. You're killing yourself. Drop that belt, and look, it's easier said than done. Who the fuck wants to drop a belt? Tell me. Just give up your belt. I get it. But when the risk is greater than the reward, bro, Richard, you're gonna be deplenished. You're gonna be dehydrated going into that IBF fight trying to defend that belt, and you're gonna get knocked out. I'd rather vacate the belt and protect my legacy and go up there and fight where you belong. Stop trying to fight these little guys. And that's why you're in the situation you're in. Because Richard Hitchens, you knew you couldn't make this weight way back when you yourself said, I can't do it with Sabriel Matias. Then you got a little dedicated, a little serious, and you started shrinking it down, and you made it for a couple fights. But the ride is over. The ride is over, Richard. Get the fuck out of this division. Go where you belong, brother. Because I think the IBF should put pressure on people like this so that they don't juke the system. Yo, bro, Oscar Duarte's camp is not getting paid, bro. Look at that. You saw that man's face? Yo, he was calling Richard Hitchens all kinds of names, bro.
Yeah.
He was pissed, man, because, the fact of the matter is, when you put these fights together, and it also speaks to Richard's business decisions in the future. There might be promoters out there that won't believe that we're gonna put this fight or make a main event around you, and we're scared you ain't gonna show up. You're gonna pull out in the last minute.
All right. Well, you see it that way. You see it that you saw a depleted Richard Hitchens. Before I get into my thought, let me catch up with the chat.
Yeah,
Liz
go ahead,
says,
brother.
welterweight is very exciting right now. Facts. He says, what I liked about Ryan, about the fight last night, is the chemistry of father. His father was very calm and composed in front of his son. Very true. Shout out to Carlos. Carlos is in the building. Kai says Ryan looked phenomenal. He did what Dev would have did to Barrios. Let's be real. And then Moon says Ryan even said that Shakur can't handle his pressure and power. He'll be game over. Now, back to Richardson Hitchens. You saw a Richardson Hitchens that was depleted and shit. You know what I saw?
What'd you see?
I saw fear.
Fear.
I saw fear.
He saw fear in the man's eyes. Go
When
ahead.
Duarte got in front of him, all chiseled up the way he was, bro, Duarte didn't look dehydrated. He looked it clean. Like the weight cut didn't even bother him to make that weight. Let me tell you something. Richard Hitchens, he saw fear in Richard Hitchens' eyes. Hitchens was not ready for that Duarte fight. Now, about Shakur and Ryan, I don't think that's a fight to make right now. Two different weight classes. They're gonna fight at a catch weight? No, no. Shakur, stay to 140 or go back down to 35. Stop
Right.
playing fucking games. Ryan, stick to fucking 47. If you want to fight another champion, go after Haney. That'll be a big fucking money fight right there.
Right.
A rematch, unification. Dude, that's a money fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think Ryan beats Haney? No. I think he fucking dog walks him. I think he would beat the shit out of him.
Not that Ryan Garcia that was in the ring last night, brother.
No, the Ryan Garcia that was in the ring last night,
Beats
dog
Devin, I
walks.
think. I think he
Oh,
beats Devin.
now, let me ask you this: where are the Haneys? Why
Oh, I
weren't the
don't know.
Haneys?
I,
Why
I
weren't
would love to know that where the Haney's at. I would love
why,
to see.
why weren't they at the stadium? Why didn't they go up on the ring like yo?
Yeah, they're trying to
Good.
like show that, prove that like we don't need you type shit, Ryan. You need us. This is all negotiation tactics, But I tell you who was happy last night, Turkey. You see how many times that man jumped out of the seat?
Yeah.
You see how many times he was cheering? Yo, in that first round, when Ryan put Mario down, yo, the whole arena, Oscar, yo, I almost saw Oscar's wife, boob come out. You know what I'm saying? She might have had a wardrobe malfunction. They all went like this, like that. I was like, oh shit! And Turkey jumped up. And he was like, ah, yo, and Ryan was so composed, right? Even when he dropped Mario Barrio. And the referee was like, go to the corner, whatever, like that, right? Like Ryan was like still in the fight. You know how that sometimes people will drop somebody and think they knocked them out, and what they'll do is they'll let the fight out of them. They'll let it, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I thought that that's what Ryan would do, but he didn't. He stayed so focused, man. So
Yo,
focused.
saludito Richard and Melasa. What's up, Corillo?
Biz, what up? Oh shit, Biz
Uh,
was there and then he dipped out. Okay, he's back. Yellow. He keeps going out. He's having problems connecting.
That's that Philippine connection right there.
That's that Philippine connection. Let's
Biz,
see.
what's up, huh?
I don't know what's going on with him. Yep, go ahead.
But yeah, I think Haney wants no smoke with Ryan right now.
Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. Ryan Garcia supersede my expectations of him last night. I did pick him in the fight, yes. I didn't see the fight. Biz, you're having a problem. I don't know if you're doing the same thing over and over, but it keeps hopping in and out. See what you can do to figure it out. But
And now we got all these Haney channels.
Yep.
Pushing Shakur towards Ryan. What happened? Why don't you push your fighter, Haney?
Right.
Why don't you push him towards Ryan to get his get back in blood?
Let me tell you something. Ryan Garcia tried to tell the world before he fought Devin Haney, yo, we sparred in the amateurs. We came up. I'm very familiar with Devin, and I can beat Devin. And the world laughed at Ryan. And the world said, Ryan, you're a C+ fighter. Devin Haney's an A+ fighter. Ryan Garcia tried to tell you, listen, that's not what boxing's about. And I can tell you right now, neither Ryan nor Shakur can deal with my speed or my power. And they laughed at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia demolished Devin Haney. And he's telling the world again, I fought Shakur Stevenson in the amateurs. And I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson, with all that slick style shit, he can't deal with my speed and power. And if you put Shakur Stevenson in front of me, I'm going to beat him. Is this another case where they're growing up in the amateurs and because they grew up in the same circle? All these young fighters that turned into men now, pros and champions in boxing now. This is where we're at a crossroad. Listen, we've all been saying it for years. If King Ryan Garcia gets dedicated with the sport of boxing, we saw the talent. We did the eye test. We knew it. But he kept fucking around and saying outlandish and outrageous shit. And it would turn some people off. Last night, after the victory, I said it to Frontline and on my channel. I said, you know what Ryan Garcia really won last night? Boxing fans. Real boxing fans. because all the way up until now, it was like 50-50. Ryan's was like more social media. But in front of the world stage for a world title, Ryan Garcia turned into a real boxer and a real threat. It was like everything he experienced in his life in boxing all came together for that one night. Now, can he sustain it? I think if this Ryan right here sticks around, Shakur's in trouble. A lot of them are in trouble. Now, yes, Shakur has the ability to beat Ryan, of course, because he's a very skillful fighter. I don't think he dog walks Ryan like he did Teo. I don't think so. And I don't think Teo might not beat Ryan now. Not that Ryan. That Ryan was so sharp. Mario Barrio couldn't touch him. Every time Mario came over the top with the right, Ryan was out of there. Mario Barrio couldn't find Ryan Garcia in the ring. And then Ryan's defense was good. Ryan had like this, he was trying to like lure Mario Barrio in and give him confidence. He allowed Mario Barrio to hit him a couple times, did the shoulder roll, and if you can see it, Ryan kept his eye on him like this. Like he was like baiting him. He was waiting for Mario Barrio to get that false confidence. Yeah, come in here, swinging. Ryan Garcia's power is real. That shit is real. He was punching Mario Barrio. Mario Barrio was moving the entire night, all over the ring. Every time he hit Mario Barrio, he would go like back and like flare, and he would hit Mario and stun him. And even when Ryan was hitting the glove, Mario was catching those punches. Boom. And he was still moving Mario Barrio. Ryan's power is real. He really, really, let me tell you right now, I'm critical to some of these fighters. So when I can be harsh on them, damn it if I can't tell the truth. What I saw last night out of Ryan was a level of focus, determination, staying the course, remembering the game plan. And shout out to the who was that in my chat that said Ryan's father and him, they were cool. Hey, yo.
That was Biz. Biz said that.
Biz said that. Listen, let me tell you something right now, right? Floyd Mayweather and his father had a rocky relationship. Floyd Mayweather's father went to jail and Roger took over. And then Floyd Mayweather's father came back. And then Floyd Mayweather's father split from him and started teaching Oscar De La Hoya, and things like that. They split ways and then they came back together. On one special night, Floyd Mayweather's father was standing in front of him, and Floyd knew his career was coming to an end. He knew that he can feel the moment in the chair while he was fighting. All his emotions started to flood him. And he looked up and he looked at his dad and he said, "Dad, thank you for everything you taught me. I still remember everything, all the basics you taught me." And he showed his appreciation for his father. The love of a father. They've had hard times, rocky times. They might have said some things. But Ryan Garcia looked at his father, and after the fight, he said, "Man, I dedicate this fight to my father. I dedicate this fight to my dad." And Ryan just, after he won, he even gave his appreciation to Oscar and for everything they did. And when they try to sit here and tell you belts don't matter. Really, belts don't matter? What just made Ryan Garcia the WBC world title? Don't let them lie to you. Without Ryan winning this belt last night, Ryan does not wake up King Ryan this morning. You needed that belt to validate who you were. That belt, that shit said, that's your heart, all your hard work. What do you mean the belts don't matter? You think we was going to pull up to see a Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrio non-title fight on a main event? Are you out of your mind? And would it have been a pay-per-view? Would you have paid pay-per-view money to see Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrio fight for no belt? Don't let them lie to you. Belts is everything. Everything. And that chain, That chain that the WBC put around Ryan's neck, it looked good with the crown, don't it? It makes sense now, don't it? Right? That says a king, a crown. Who King Ryan? Yo, Ryan, you did it. Yo, Ryan, you did it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when all you got your conspiracy theories is jumping in, trying to say that the fix was in, this, that, and the third, that's bullshit. Because I can tell you right now, that ring, that WBC ring was sized for Canelo Alvarez. But Terrence Crawford had other plans now, didn't he? So shit's not rigged. If they wanted it to be rigged, Saul would have won that fight somehow. You understand? Ryan Garcia showed the world that when they say the fix is in, or the judges are going to be on their side scorecard, Ryan Garcia proved and reminded the boxing world last night that you don't always got to knock the guy out. You don't got to go to that scapegoat. Well, then if you don't want the judges to just knock the guy out. That's real easy to say, but everybody can't knock everybody out. But you know what you can do? Outperform and beat him every single round. Make the fight so one-sided that they can't deny you.
Well,
That's what Ryan did.
I'm gonna let you address this because
Go ahead. What's going on?
ignorance. Belts don't matter at all. Certain level because at a certain level because your name is bigger than the belt. Then he goes to say, fans come to see the fighter, not the belt at the highest level. I'll let you address it.
Okay, yeah, that's just a fan that has been brainwashed by and deceived by other people. They say it quick, and the reason why when people say that slogan, belts don't matter, it's the fighter, this and that, they don't explain to you that the only way your name becomes stronger than the belts, once you're already certified and you became world champions in multiple divisions of all 4 belts or long reign, whatever. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fought. Mike Tyson didn't need no belts, neither did Jake Paul. Why? But Mike Tyson was the undisputed world champion of once upon a time. His name can carry weight once he established himself as what? A world champion. So Terrence Crawford is not Terrence Crawford without the belts, and neither is Mike Tyson. Neither is Muhammad Ali. So Jake Paul can come out of nowhere, and he had a big social media following. When he comes into boxing, it gives you the impression, look, Jake Paul doesn't need a belt. But that's a different creature. Jake Paul came into boxing with millions of fans, and he had the backing. He didn't start from scratch. It wasn't like he wasn't a nobody. Nobody knew who he was. He was already on Nickelodeon, on YouTube. He had millions of followers. Jake Paul. He was making a transition from one sport to the next. Podcasting, all that, you can consider it like a sport. You understand? He came from something into something. When a UFC fighter comes from UFC and goes into boxing, he was somebody. Jake Paul didn't come from the streets of Cleveland and come in and make all this money. No. But you want to know something? If belts don't matter, and that gentleman's comment in the chat was real, right? I tell you what, at the end of Jake Paul's career, he can make all the money he wants in the world. You know what he can't call himself? Champion. Champion. And if the belts ain't shit and they don't solidify, what is Jake Paul when he retires? Nothing. Just a YouTube boxer that came in, made a shitload of money with boxing. Congratulations. But you know what you're not? A champion. And if belts don't matter, why did Ryan Garcia need to win the WBC to solidify himself? Why is it, if belts don't matter, why is it that Ryan is in 3 consecutive world title fights in a row? Why? If belts don't matter, why is it that they're chasing the belts now? If belts don't matter, why is it that Keyshawn Davis is on the outside looking in? Why is it that you need a belt to be on top? But wait a minute, they don't matter. No, you need to establish yourself as somebody. You have to get belts first. Once you get the belts, if you vacate or lose them, you've made a name for yourself. Now, if you want to survive and your star status is strong enough to hold its weight, that's a 1% of boxers.
Let me address Mark, the same guy that made that comment. See, here at round one, we grown men. I did call you ignorant. Yep, I did, and I apologize for that. I shouldn't have, because you're here to learn. So that's my bad. We're grown men here. We accept our wrongs, and we talk our shit. So yeah, I was wrong by calling you ignorant. My bad. I apologize 100%. But you can't come in here with ignorant statements when you copy and paste without having all the facts behind you. I do have a tendency, right? Edwin here can let you know. I pull the trigger a little too quick, but I'm also man enough to apologize when I'm wrong, and I'm wrong. I did call you ignorant, and I said Edwin addresses ignorant comment. I did. I'm a grown man. I apologize for that, but let's stick to the facts. And the belts don't mean nothing. Then why are all these fighters? When you go to a title fight, that's where the big money comes in.
Yeah.
Babe, if it's not a title fight, those numbers that these boxers are trying to get to, like the big money grabs, they're not gonna get them because there's
Yeah.
nothing at stake.
Yeah. You see, that's the
there-
thing,
there-
Frontline. Yeah.
there's
Tell
a
him.
there's a couple other things that I want to read off here because
Yeah, go ahead.
people are making sense.
Yep.
The belt has history, says Biz. Melasa says, why was the pay-per-view $80? Because the card had 3 title matches. Marco says, so if Terrence does a rematch with Canelo, the fans aren't going to watch if a belt isn't at stake. No, they will watch. The reason why is because those 2 fighters already have an established
They're
name.
established legacy. Yeah. Terrence and
So-
yeah, they're established. They've proven themselves. They're now at this level. And when this gentleman right here, Marco, says, yes, it's true. In the beginning, belts matter, but not at the highest level. Okay, Marcos, how do you get to the highest level? How do you get there? You got to collect belts first. If what you're saying, he says, yes, in the beginning, you need the belts. Well, then that means that belts matter.
Correct.
You see, so you can't get to the highest level without them. See, Saul's at the highest level because he was undisputed. Terrence was on the highest level. He's 3-time undisputed. They don't need belts. They can announce a fight tomorrow and say, we're going to fight over here, and the world is going to show up because of who they are. When you strip away the belt from Canelo, what is he? Another good Mexican fighter. That's it. He doesn't have legacy. He hasn't proven himself as being a dominant champion. The belts speak and say that you're the best, especially if you have all 5 belts, all 4 alphabet in the ring like Saul had. Saul was the best, hands down. No one else had any belts. But without doing shit like that, it's Saul. What is Saul? What are we gonna say? Oh, he just beat a bunch of good fighters, but he didn't accomplish nothing. See, Ryan Garcia last night, all the way into that fight. Some people love Ryan Garcia. They said he was a good fighter. He did this. He had a bad night here, whatever. But what he wasn't was a world champion. That's what he's not.
Saying, and what were they saying? If Ryan loses,
his career's done.
Might be over.
Over because he didn't win what?
A
belt.
Right.
So if he doesn't win the belt, his career was over. But he wins the belt, his career goes upward. How the fuck is belts don't matter? Explain that to me like I'm 5.
Hey, shout out to William Old School in the building. He says the Haney and Shakur clans can no longer say Ryan has never even had a belt.
They can't. He's got a castle now. The castle's got a drawbridge. He's a real king. He's a real king now. You got to invade Ryan Garcia's castle and take that belt from him. Now, let's see what kind of king Ryan is. Is he the kind of king that travels land and overthrows other champions? Is he the king that wants to reign? I want all the smoke. Whoever just wants to come to my castle, I'll defend my belt. What kind of king is Ryan? What kind of legacy is he going to start? What, does Ryan? Does the world swallow Ryan up right now? Did he go out last night and party and get drugged up, and then all of a sudden Ryan goes down from here? How many times we've seen that in boxing? The guy comes out, he does his best performance. Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, but his very next fight, you saw he was out of shape, got knocked out. Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Okay, so we see the undisciplined of just because you win a belt doesn't mean you're gonna stay disciplined. Keyshawn Davis. You understand? Ryan can still fall off if he's not careful. You can celebrate too much over this victory. So Ryan's got to stay the course. Let's see what kind of king Ryan is. But you're right, Frontline. The one thing they can't say about Ryan right now, he's not a champion. And what does that mean?
I didn't say that. That was William. William Oshku said that.
Yeah. But like, look. Check this out, Frontline. Check this out. They say belts don't matter, right? But all of a sudden, oh, Biz, I see you in the back. Belts don't matter, right? But all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia wins a belt, and it solidifies him as one of the best boxers now.
Yeah. Hey, Melassa wants to know. He said, Edwin, do you think Haney can fill up the building like Ryan Garcia did with a similar name on the card?
Yeah and no. Yes and no. Let me tell you something right now. I gotta admit, look, I'm not biased here, guys. I'm not biased. They're trying to report that Devin's not a draw or that he's not exciting, and that's a lie. They're doing a Terrence Crawford to you guys. They really are. They were saying Terrence Crawford wasn't selling and that Reno was empty, and when you looked into the crowd, that shit was packed. They were trying to shit on Terrence Crawford. They do that to a lot of Black American fighters. Unfortunately, guys, they do. And sometimes we can buy into that. Devin's a star. He's a star. Devin packs the house. I don't know what you guys seeing or what you're being told, but just look with your own two eyes. Look with your own two eyes. Same thing they try to say about that Edgar Berlanga card in New York with Sabriel Matias and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur doesn't sell. Bro, I was in attendance and they were reporting that the place was empty. And I'm looking around and it was fucking packed. It was packed, and they were saying online, oh, look at that. Look at the crowd. It's empty. They were showing footage of the early night. They were showing footage when it wasn't all the way packed, and they were claiming at the time, while broadcasting live, that it was empty. And I was actually at the fight looking around going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, let me catch up real quick because these motherfuckers are funny as hell.
Yo, they be lying on dudes, bro. They be lying on dudes. So I can't say Devin won't pack it. Devin's a star.
William Osku says the Haney clan are praying that Ryan pops dirty with his testing before and after.
They praying.
George says you biased as hell.
Yeah.
Biz says, look, Ryan's still at 27. Imagine if he could if he will be more mature. I can see him the next Canelo. Bobo says Edwin activating the race card.
How?
People love to make them victims.
Damn.
You can't listen to Bulbos. Bulbos be fucking talking shit.
Yo, he be trolling like a motherfucker. Go ahead, keep reading.
But no, that's it. But Mark, he did say I disagree, and when he said that, I don't know what he was talking about. He did say Canelo doesn't have legacy. Question mark, laughing emoji.
Who doesn't have legacy, Canelo? Canelo has a lot of legacy. Who said that?
Hey, Mark, if you want to pop your shit, bro, all opinions are heard here, and we'll talk it out. The link is in the chat. You can hop on. You don't even have to turn your camera on. Keep your camera off. We can talk shit. You get your point across. Look, George the Taco Gando. He said
I think he's talking to Marcos. He's like, he's biased. He's talking to me. George, you talking to me?
He said you biased as hell.
How am I biased? Who am I biased with? George, explain that. I don't know what move bias.
He said, I don't know who's more biased, you or Vic Season.
Vic Season. Oh, you
What
put me
Vic got to
with
do with this?
yeah, you put me with Vic, man. Like that, like
Yo,
this.
yo, yo,
He
George,
must. Yo,
the one
George, don't
who's
do that. Don't
biased
put me in a
here.
box.
Nah, I'm gonna
Frontline.
tell you, the one who's biased is me, and I'll be the first one to admit it. When it
That's
comes to
my
Puerto
bias,
Rican
Puerto Rican
fighters,
over there. Yeah.
when it comes to Puerto
I'm
Rican
critical on
fighters,
everybody, but biased towards like a race or skin or a flag
that's
or
me.
lawyer. That's this guy, not me, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell it like it is. I don't care if you Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell it like it is when whatever I see. That's what I report. And Latin boxing is on a rise. Shout out to all Latin countries out there, bro. Let me tell you, stand the fuck up, bro. We got motherfuckers pulling out of fights because they don't want to fuck with us. All right? We got Richard
Except
Hitchens. Yo, listen,
except
listen.
for Cubans and Dominicans, they're
Yo,
down bad right now.
yo, it don't
Yeah.
no all
Mexicans
Latin
too.
countries, y'all with us. We rocking, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have boxing without Latin fighting. That's just let's keep it funky,
Latin
bro.
fighting or
You
Mexican and Puerto
you,
Rican
you
fighting.
can't have boxing without Latin fighting. I don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? No matter what country we come from, we rocking from Cuba, Santo Domingo, all of us, bro. You know, so we keep boxing the Latins. You know what I'm saying? And thank you. You know, and we got the Asians and we got the Russians and we got the Americans. You know, that's why I love boxing and shit, and that's why I love coming up and talking healthy boxing shit talk.
Hey, Marco corrected himself. He said,
Healthy.
"No, I
Edwin.
misunderstood. Yes, Canelo has plenty of legacy. He
Yes.
misunderstood. He misunderstood,
Okay.
but he corrected himself.
Okay.
Melaza 1-2, 1-2.
1-2, papi. 1-2. Dímelo. Yo, Edwin.
Yeah, brother.
What you thought about Russell and Hiruka? I forgot the name. As you know, I'm bad with names.
Hiraoka.
Hiraoka. Like I was liking what he was doing till that low blow that came from nowhere, and I think that messed up his fight.
Yeah, it did. It did. Without that point deduction, I think he might have won the fight. I'm not sure if he did enough to beat the champion, but those last 4 rounds, bro. Andy Hiroka on the judges' scorecards, what they were seeing was him punching fucking Gary Antoine Russell, you know, pushing him backwards. You know, and but that fight right there, it woke up the fire and the passion in me.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like in that night, you guys want to see what happened? My reaction in that? Me at the time, I can remember me and Mr. Miyagi was going at it, right? And I'm being real cool with Mr. Miyagi on the show and shit because Mr. Miyagi was seeing some crazy shit. He was like, this guy's gonna knock out," and I'm like, I'm looking at it like,
Wow.
what the fuck you watching, right? Your boy's getting his ass whooped, right? But you know, at Round One Sports Talk, I don't gotta force if that's what you see, that's what you see. That's why I got this channel so that you guys have a voice to voice what you guys see. I'm not trying to change your mind or fucking make you believe what you know what I mean? So I allow my fans to come up here and speak their mind. You know, I'm not gonna attack Mr. Miyagi or nothing. So at the end, and you know, Mr. Miyagi was like, Andy, you know, all you gotta do is like catch Gary, and the fire. It ignited the fire in me, the competitive side. And when I went back and I looked at it, you could see in my eyes, that's what happens to me. Once I go into fight mode, bro, I it's like I fucking just what? Like you want to what? Like and it. Let me see if I can find it because I would like to see it. Hold on.
Hey, and Marco,
Go
you
ahead.
are 100% correct. Shout out to Gary Russell Jr.
Yo.
Bro, he instructed his brother and he kept it 100% raw with him.
Yes, that was awesome. When I listened to his brother tell him in the corner, like, bro, this guy is coming for you. You're losing this fight. You better move. You better work this way. He don't have an inside game, and he was talking real shit to him and how to go to Hirioka, and then he did it. For me, that was awesome. He's a good freaking corner. People was criticizing him. Nah, he's a good damn corner. And Frank Martin and the other guy, that one I like it. I forgot. I Rich, I forgot his name. Frontline.
Not here, Albright.
Now here, all bright, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Complicated. Both guys have to assimilate, have to change game plans. Like bro, was a good fight. Was coming in, coming out. Then you think Frank Martin got the fight. Then Albright came out and yo, was good shit. Was a perfect draw. I'm not mad about the draw. That was good. Damn. But I miss a knockout. You know.
Yo,
This says Hiroka came up late. Andy Bank score for round 1 through 7 plus 1 point deduction.
Yeah.
yo, and let me
Hisoka
tell you
started
guys,
late.
let me tell you guys that Andy exposed the wrinkles and the holes in Gary Antoine Russell's fighting style.
Yeah.
There was a point in time that Gary Antoine Russell was find really difficult to find the angles and the ways in, and Andy Hiroka kept moving his feet. He kept backing away and popping them, and with movers, Gary's gonna he's gonna have a, and I think that's what happened with the Alberto Puello. Alberto Puello was boxing good up top, but it was his legs. It was his legs that was getting him into position and getting Gary out of position to get countered and be able to evade his shots and be out of the way when Gary swings. So Gary, he has to work on that.
I saw that Gary don't move the head. He don't move his torso. He just lean down, to avoid. But like he don't have waist movement at all. He don't have head movement. He can walk a little lateral, but he always walk like straight line. Like I don't saw him like good cutting that ring. Like yes, the exit yes, but not the ring. He was walking more parallel to his opponent instead of lateral to cut that ring angle.
Hey, yo, frontline, read that.
Yo, shout out to Gangsters for God. He says, "Greeting, hermanos. I love listening to you guys, Papa. I'm Mexican. I'm biased too, so I respect the brother. Mexican and Puerto Rican fighters are the best. Gotta keep it real." Marco says it was a good night of boxing. Yes, it was. Puerto Rican rum. Saludo, papi. He said, "I thought Russell lost. The judge that gave to Russell 117, 110 should be ashamed.
No, why? People don't get
Gangsters,
it.
déjame acabármela,
Yeah,
espérate. Gangsters for God says, may the Lord richly bless you guys.
thank you.
Thank you. George, George is a dick for this one. He said, Gangsters for God. What is that? Are you some reformed cholo? LOL.
So,
Frank versus Albright was really good fight. I couldn't pick a winner, says William Old School. Freaking Flyer, Flyer Frequency says, salute Edwin Frontline. Salute, freaking fly. Marco says that was a good challenge for Gary. Ahead of will learn and be a better fighter from this experience. Biz says Hiroka didn't maximize his jab in the early round. Suppose his advantage, but he didn't use it. Um, George, you ain't shit for that one. That shit was funny as hell.
yeah, and 17, when a boxer got 117, that means that the judge gave him 3 rounds because 115, 113 is 1 round, 116, 112 is 2 round, 117, 111 is 3 round, and then the point deduction is what make it 117, 110. So
Correct.
and the other
Correct.
ones was 116, 111 because the point deduction.
Correct. And we all know that Andy Hiroka, you know what I'm saying, is Mexican. You know what I'm saying? He comes from
Japan.
What do you say? Mexic Hamaka? He said
Who said that?
last night, Mr. Miyagi. He said he's from Mexico,
Oh,
Hakama. Yo,
Homo Haka, some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yo, that was
That
hilarious.
shit was hilarious.
That shit was hilarious. Hey, yo, Gary Antoine Russell comes from Puerto Rico, from
Fajardo, Puerto Rico.
Yo, back the bullies, Mexican last night. So, yo, this is awesome. I love when we come on, man, and we shoot the shit and we talk shit and competitive. But all jokes aside, like we had some good boxing matches. Gary Antoine Russell with that close from losing his belt. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. And I think that Richard Hitchens would have lost his belt against Duarte. And
Hell
Duarte,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm telling you right now. I know that the fight didn't take place, But I can acknowledge a man when he was ready. He was all business, and I'm gonna tell you, for the most part, Oscar Duarte, bro. I think you might have brought Mexico
Yo,
a title
because
now.
yo, you
because
guys be
Hitchens,
careful because you guys are up in the Northeast. That duck flu is real. Y'all
That
gotta be
duck flow
careful.
is
Y'all
real.
don't,
It's
yeah, y'all don't
contagious
catch
too.
that
wait,
duck flu.
It
the
starts
what
coming around.
northeast,
Maybe Keyshawn Davis might get it. You know what I'm
what
saying?
northeast,
Yeah. Oh,
because
hey, it
Shots
looks like
fired.
it looks like Haiti might have it too because
Yo,
he ain't trying to call
Haiti
out
got
Ryan
it.
right now.
yo, where is Devin Haney?
I
Has
think he got
anybody
the I
checked on
think
him?
I
Anybody
think he
Nah,
got
checked
the
on
duck
him?
flu. He
He
got
might
the
be
duck
under the
flu.
bro,
Him
bed
and
right
Bill.
now.
Him and
Yo,
Bill. They both in
but
court in
Hitchens
quarantine right
so
we
now.
popping
Duarte
shit right now. Yo, we need these fights. Let's
because
talk this shit. Let's talk it.
Edwin,
Make Devin fight him, bro. Let's make Devin fight him. Come on, guys. What's
Devin
up?
Edwin,
wants
the
no parts of
tallest
that.
guy that Hitchens fought was Paro, and he was small. You know, he was bragging out that he knocked out Camboso, and Camboso was really small to him and stuff.
Yeah.
When he saw Duarte, that big ass dude, bigger than
Nah,
him,
Duarte looked
big,
amazing, bro.
bro. He said,
Amazing.
I feel sick. I
I
think
feel
like
oh shit, diarrhea, lo chujo.
something because he did the two way. The second way he did it like 148, so he was fine, you know. So suddenly he got sick because what? 2 hours later, after you saw that physique and shit, and you saw that big ass Mexican, you say, nah, I got no
Hey,
chance with this dude.
George, I watched the first fight, but I was too focused on the Ryan card. I got to go back and finish watching it.
Which one?
The Miguel Cotto promotions card
Ah, no,
last
I didn't
night.
watch that. Yeah,
Isn't Clarissa Shields fighting today?
She's fighting
I don't
tonight.
know.
Yep, eight
Yeah.
o'clock.
Whatever.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
not gonna
Clarissa
watch
Shields.
that.
Listen,
Wait. Are you saying you're throwing up your Nostradamus belt on the
no,
line?
no, no, nope. It will not be on the line for that. Not for the
Why
ladies,
not?
unfortunately. You
Oh,
know,
you
I
got
be,
the duck flu now.
I got
You
the
got the
duck
duck
flu.
flu.
I got the
You
duck
Yeah,
got
flu. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I got chuha. You know what I mean? Yeah, right now.
the dog puking, you know. And
Oh, wait a minute. In front line. I feel it coming on. The duck flu. Yo.
yeah, and you're the IBF, bro. I don't know what the IBF gonna do about this, but the IBF have to do something
Yeah.
or suspend him or something because you cannot do
No, they
that.
got. I think they should take action. What do you guys think? What do you
Yeah,
do? You think the IBF should take action
hell
against Richard
yeah,
Hitchens at least?
I tell you what. This is
because
what
you
should happen.
affect
This is what
all
should
those
Wait,
happen.
wait, wait. Let
fans.
me say what happened. They should mandatory Richard to do one or two things: either vacate the belt, or you must give Oscar Duarte. You must face him in your next fight. Not to avoid him. Don't let Richard Hitchens get out of this fight and pick another fight. Don't
Nah,
allow
fuck
him to
that.
do that.
Nope.
So that's what I think should happen. What do you guys think?
I
You know what I
think
think should happen?
Go ahead.
I think that Hitchens should pay Duarte's fucking camp
yes,
for
Ooh,
all the for to recover for
yep,
all the
that's
fucking money he
good.
spent
yep.
That's a
on
yeah,
his
okay, front
camp to
line.
get ready for this fight. Cause you gotta understand, in business, you know how you
Oh,
hurt somebody in their pockets.
yep.
The
Right.
only way they're gonna learn it is if you hit their pockets.
How you gonna quit
I
out,
like how you think in front line. That's why he's my co-host. You know what I'm saying?
bro?
Sometimes front line be making sense. He
All
can't
that
pick a winner, but he makes sense. You know what I mean?
like the wife of this boxer, she came over here. That he from Philippines. Yeah, you know her. That she talk about the boxing core and stuff. She's very good.
Oh, you talk
Uh
about Rachel Donaire.
yes.
Oh,
Rachel told us that these people train all these 12 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, for only these 36 minutes in the ring, and this MF quit after the second wait, after all the bets was down, after the card was ready, like what, 8 hours before the freaking fight happened.
Wow, that's
uh
just
oh.
incredible.
We got
So
breaking news. We got
all the
breaking news in the chat.
What's going
Breaking
on?
what's going
news.
on?
You know, Biz, for you guys that follow boxing and are
What?
Filipino,
Yep.
Biz is a Filipino veteran. Anyways, he said, "Hey guys, off topic. I talked to Charlie Suarez yesterday, and he will fly to the U.S. to challenge the winner of Navarrete versus Nunes,
Ooh.
130.
which we all know that I feel that
Why
Suarez
why he
beat
don't
Navarrete that fight.
why he don't challenge or Chucky Foster? Why he have to wait for the winner of Navarrete and this guy when Chucky Foster is 130 pound with the WBC title? Huh?
Good question. That's a
Good
good one.
question.
Hey, Biz, ask Suarez why don't he challenge or he might know the answer to that. He might even put it in here. Gangsters
Hey,
for God
Biz,
said
get
yes.
Charlie Suarez to hop on the show with you. Come here around one sports talk and let's hear from Charlie Suarez if you could do that. And give me a call and we can put something together and you can come on too. And we can get the world and the boxing out here, this, on this side of the world to see what Charlie Suarez is willing to do.
Yo, Charlie
Like
Suarez, let me
Filipino,
tell you.
papi.
Yo,
because Malasa got a good point. Why don't you go after Oshasi Foster? So, we would like to ask some of these questions too. Yes, you want the winner out of Navarrete and Nunes. Yes. Okay, great. But let's, the boxing world has questions. So, man, if you could
Ochaki
put
got a
that together,
title.
yeah, that would be
And,
good.
and
hey,
if you win it, then can be a unification, bigger fight,
yeah.
Correct.
more money.
Correct.
Hey, shout out to Gangsters for God. He said, yes, I'm a reformed cholo. After 23 years in prison in California, Christian now, bro. Shout out
That's
to
what's up,
Gangsters
my
of God.
brother.
Yo,
That's what's
way to
up, my
keep your head
brother.
up
Those,
and hell yeah.
those
That's
California
right.
jails. Oh my God, that's a tough life. Oh
That
my
Look
guy,
at
God.
that
George.
guy that said are you a reformed cholo? Don't worry. With time, if God is kind to him, he will be one too. He'll see the world for the ugliness that it is, just like you did, my brother. You know what
He
I'm
said, "Ay
saying?
bendito, mira esto." Yo, George ain't shit.
Yeah, you know how George is. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
totally
yeah,
agree. Hitchens
uh,
should absolutely, he needs to fight, dude.
I
Duarte.
know.
And then
But he have
Marco
to pay
said,
a fee. He have to pay a fee because all this money that was invested and you just pull out of the fight, all the fans that pay
Thank
money
you.
to watch Duarte, because yes, a lot of people went to see Ryan, but Duarte have a big fan base and
there you
Mexicans.
go, Melasa. He answered your question. He said because he is the WBO number one ranking
Okay,
and he's the number 4 or 5 in the WBC.
but
Now he said yes, I'll talk. He said sure, I'll talk to him. So
Yeah,
we might
brother.
we
because
might get
Biz.
Ochaki's
Charlie
over
over
there
here.
looking for a fight. Ochaki's over there looking for a fight, and Duarte sometimes, the WBO and whatever, sometimes they make it difficult. And I know you're number one in the WBO, but like WBO say, number one don't mean you're the mandatory. They got stupid rules sometimes.
Mm,
And because you're number one, you can use that number one in the WBC too. I don't know. It
hmm
is what it is. It's boxing, the business of boxing. I want to see the best boxers fight the best boxers. That's what I care.
yo, George, yo, George,
And I
George
know
is crazy.
Filipinos are good in
George is funny
130.
as shit. Hey yo, gangsters the guy. We respect everybody. We show love. The only people that don't get love are fucking rats. Those are the only people that don't get no love. At least from
Yeah,
me.
Bulbu. Bulbu get no love from me because you know what he called me, Edwin? He
What?
called me Afro lover. You know what he was trying to mean, right? And I told him, of course.
That one le picó, le picó.
Le
Let me
picó.
go.
Y yo le dije, of course they're Afro lover. We're American. We're brothers.
Yo,
You
le
know?
picó, le picó.
Let me go,
Yo,
man. Lasa. 1 2 1 2.
one,
One,
two,
two,
one, two.
one, two.
Oh, yeah, oh,
So what
yeah.
you
George
gonna
said, you guys love me. What? What's that say?
what you gonna call
Chingado.
me? A ninja
Chingado.
lover. Mere, cabrón, ninja lover, papi. Of course, they're my brothers. We're American.
Yeah,
Of course.
yo, bro. You know the chat be trolling, Malasa.
Yo,
You can't
yo,
take it
this
personal. You just gotta
chat
go
be
with the
the
shots.
No, no,
Yeah.
wasn't here. Was in another chat, and that's
Oh, it
what I
was?
got.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he
nah.
got you
yeah.
over there.
Yo,
Another chat. Yeah.
Bobos. But Edwin
Biz is
already
trying to
said it.
come on again. Let's see if we can connect him.
Bobos is the
Damn, Biz, you keep popping off. I don't know what's going on.
Bobos is the fucking YouTube whore. That motherfucker's
Yeah.
in every chat.
Tries to
Every
troll
chat.
me and shit, but yeah, I don't let him. But
Hey, Biz.
I told him what's coming
Hey,
for him.
Something's
He's
wrong. I
coming.
don't know. He just
Yo,
keeps
Biz, check your VPN or something, because that might not let you come on.
right.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes,
Yo,
it won't.
gangsters forgot. Over here, we talk boxing in general.
Yep.
But we, we always try to hype up our Latino boxers, whether it's Mexican, Dominican, Cuban, Puerto Rican.
Whatever.
Me personally, I try to hype up my Puerto Rican fighters,
Boricua,
but
fuego.
pero papi, Latino versus whoever, I'm going for Latino, hands
Yeah.
Yeah,
down.
No,
Everyone
yeah,
knows that.
yeah.
Everybody
I
here
go
knows
for
that shit.
These guys, they're, and I love fans like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I go for
I
my
always enjoy
American.
that Frontline comes
I
up
don't
here,
care.
and he's what's wrong with showing your Latino culture support? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Biz, you
So
guys are
Frontline,
you
there's
guys
nothing
are
wrong what he
eight.
does. Me, don't get it confused. I'm gonna break down what I see. That's
Yeah.
it. With me, there's no flag, skin color, nothing. I support Naoya anyway. He's Japan, and
Yeah.
I always say it. I joke around with it. I'm Japarican. You know what I mean? And because, I look, I'm just about the skill, bro. That's
Yeah.
me. That's me. That's me.
I
But
always
I'm gonna
gonna
allow
support the
everybody
American
to
one.
speak. Yes, I will.
I
Hey,
will always
Biz.
support the American boxer. If you're American, I gonna have your back. You know, if you're not
Mhm.
Hey, Biz.
American, fuck
There's
it.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
Filipinos
that.
Filipinos are Latinos.
Hell
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
and like I said,
Puerto
like
Rican something.
I will let a Chinese fighter, North Korean, Russian, Ukrainian, I will let them come up here and talk and support their guy. I will. You know what I'm saying? Dalton Smith and his entire camp can come up here right now. I
Yeah.
wouldn't give, you know what I'm saying? I would not shy him away because he beat what? Subriel Matias? Hell
Oh
no. It
no.
would be an honor to interview Dalton
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
I'm not
Hey,
like that. I don't rock with like that shit. Not
look at
me.
Mick. Look at
Oh
Mick.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mick came
Because
up
I
here talking
support
this
my
shit with.
American
And
boxers
we
doesn't
gonna let
mean
Mick every time Mick want to come up and have a voice. He has a platform right here where he can
yeah,
speak his voice. Just like any of you guys want to support your boxer, come up
yeah,
here and talk your shit for your boxer. Be
yeah.
a real fan. Be a real fan.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna disrespect other boxers
Nah, we ain't
because no,
disrespecting
no,
nobody here.
no,
We can
no,
talk
no.
boxing shit. 101 boxing shit. My guy will beat your guy. Fuck you, this, that, and
Yeah.
the third. That's regular boxing shit talking. You see what I'm saying? We're not taking anything personal. No, I want to see
No.
somebody get laid the fuck out. That shit does
Yes.
not get old. You know what I
No.
mean?
I love that. Oh
Yo,
my
Ryan
god.
Garcia took me out my seat last night. In
Man,
that
but
first round,
yes.
yo, he took me out my seat. When he dropped Mario, I was like, oh shit.
I thought he was gonna finish him in the first round.
Yo, that shit was exciting as fuck, bro. I was like, Ryan, man.
And
Yo,
in the
he
five
did his
round too,
thing. He
he
did
got
his
Mario
thing.
in the 5th round. He got Mario like wobbly legs. I thought he gonna finish it up, and
Yeah.
but
Cool.
he did
Yo,
it
shout out
good.
to Mario. Like Mario, he knew enough to survive.
But I
He was
think
getting hit with some bombs, some hellacious shots.
yes,
He was getting hit with some Ryan was moving him.
yes,
Ryan was coming over the boom, and Mario was like feeling him shot. And even when he was catching some of the punches, his brain was still rattling. I bet Ryan can
but
crack.
yeah. But I don't know, Ryan. If he throw those hooks to the liver, bro, he will freaking
No.
sending these people to the floor
Oh yeah.
in
Yo,
the
no.
knee.
Mario Barrio. If you go back and watch that fight when you got some time, go back and watch that fight. Ryan Garcia landed that body shot several times in the fight, and it clean. Yo, he
Mhm.
caught Mario one time in a transition when he was spinning Mario, and it was so fast, and so Mario Barrio's body was in shape. And I was
Yes.
saying it. I was saying it in the fight. Yo, guys, I really think this. That some of these punches that Mario Barrio took last night, a lesser fighter would have been folded.
Yes.
That's
Ryan
that
Garcia
Azteca
would have
blood.
folded
Yes.
him.
That's
Yes.
that Azteca blood. He's a
Guys-
warrior.
Mario Barrio was a fucking a warrior, bro. He took a lot of punishment in this fight, guys. And
Esa es la sangre
bro, that
azteca.
Mexican dude was standing there, pow, pow, pow. He was like, yeah, let's go. But he just couldn't catch up to Ryan because Ryan
was so
was
fast.
he was on a different level. Ryan was
was
in the
so
Matrix last night,
fast.
bro. He was in the Matrix. He took the red pill and the blue pill. He rubbed them together. Ryan, he
Lying.
surprised me, man.
Yeah,
He
Marco.
surprised me.
Yeah,
In
He
boxing,
did.
in boxing, the KO is the touchdown in football and the home run in baseball. Yes,
yes.
but
And
sometimes
Speed
when you
kills.
can't speak, but when you can't get the touchdown or the home run or the
you
KO,
do the field goal.
you hit a field goal, and that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll get a stolen base or
Ryan kicked 4 field goals last night on Mario Barrio and won. And Mario Barrio couldn't score.
Nothing.
Chihuahua. Le dieron Chihuahua.
I like that, Okay, you don't give me the knockdown, was 12 round, but you was punishing this motherfucker. Even in the 12th round that you have the fight won, you still putting punishment over there, and you still moving and being impressive. Don't
Yep.
not like, oh, I got the fight in the bag. Let me just lap the last round. No, don't do that.
Now, let me break down this fight real quick. We talked all about the fight, but what really happened, what really took place in the boxing
You
match?
gain respect.
Now, as a boxer, what I saw last night was Mario Barrios' game plan was catered around Ryan Garcia's left check hook, to tell you the truth. He kept watching
yes.
Ryan's left check hook and where he was positioning himself. Ryan Garcia's team came up with a better game plan, and they aborted the left check hook and went with the right hand. They went with the right hand. Now, I think that disrupted Mario Barrios' game plan, because now Ryan was coming over the top. Ryan wasn't doing the check hook. When Ryan was in position to hit Mario Barrio focused on defending this side. He did what he was trained to do. Mario Barrio, he got close. Mario Barrio threw up the defense, but the shot came from this way. And it really stunned him. Once Mario Barrio got hit hard, and he was getting hit with these kind of shots, even though he was blocking some of them, it kind of like took away his game plan. So I saw Mario Barrio actually trying to make adjustments. What you saw there last night was a combination of speed and power from Ryan, but added with skill. It wasn't just your typical Ryan speed, left check hook,
And
Ryan Garcia.
precision.
It
And
wasn't
precise.
that. Correct. He had accuracy, position, and he was focused, man. Ryan Garcia trained a certain way. He had a certain game plan, and he went out there and he implemented his game plan. That is exactly what I saw. I didn't see Ryan Garcia taken out of character. I didn't see that Mario Barrio did enough to make Ryan Garcia make adjustments. The entire fight, I saw Ryan Garcia in one mode: search and destroy. He had one gear, and Mario Barrio did not disrupt Ryan Garcia's concentration, his rhythm. He didn't disrupt anything from Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia put on a masterclass performance for that night, for that fight, for that level of boxing. And he exceeded, I believe, a lot of boxing enthusiasts' expectation on how we viewed Ryan Garcia.
Damn, you're correcting everything. Just like that, you said how I was thinking. Like you explained it perfectly. Just like that. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, let me catch up with the
Yep,
chat
go
real
ahead,
quick.
brother.
Gangsters for God says, I'm Mexican. I support all of them. Canelo Chavez, the rich history, and I've studied the history of Puerto Rico history. However, I could not support the cheater cheating with the raps. Gangster, I know you're new, but that name, because of what he did to Cotto and he destroyed his career, we don't say it on his channel.
We don't.
Ever.
So
If you
so-
ever type his name in the, I'm sorry, if you're new here, if you ever type that man's name or say his name on my show, I'm going to give you a timeout.
Yeah, that
I
name-
take that personal. That is one of the one things in boxing.
He's
I will
banned.
never speak that man's name.
He's banning this channel.
He's banned in my channel.
The
Yeah,
cheater.
I don't give that kind of cheater ever. I that guy, we will never, and his name will never live in my channel ever.
I love Cotto's attitude. Gangsters, it's all love, Papi. I know you new here, you didn't know,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
so
know,
good,
just
it's
so
so
you
good.
know, you get a pass on this one. But that name, yeah, and it's not that he cheated against one of our guys, but he's done it multiple times.
Did he say his
So-
name in the chat? Did he spell it out? Just take
Yeah,
that
he
message
did.
down.
He did.
Take it down. Take the message down. His
He did.
name won't live in my chat. Just take it down. You can write another message. Don't ban that dude. Don't time him out.
No.
but take his name down.
He's.
Take it down.
I got it.
I don't play that shit with him. Mm-mm.
But yo, gangsters, you ain't gotta apologize. You're new
No, you
here.
don't gotta
Yo,
apologize. It's just something.
So
Yeah,
good.
that dude. Let's just move on, please. Talk about something else.
Mario Barrios couldn't adjust to Ryan's timing and speed, and he was also afraid to take risk. Yeah, but you got to give it to Barrios, bro. That Azteca blood really kicked in.
I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
did,
he was
man.
afraid. I don't think Barrio was afraid to make a move. It's Ryan Garcia don't let him. Every time he was trying to get
Ryan
inside,
tamed
make a
that ass.
move, yo, Ryan was moving angle, was hitting him, was jabbing him, was doing whatever he wanted to. Like, wasn't that he was afraid, was that Ryan don't let him do nothing. Ryan
Hmm.
annulate his game plan.
I've
Like
never seen in all the fights that Ryan has had. I've never seen him this sharp, bro.
his father.
Yo,
I'm
you want to
telling
know
you.
something? You guys want to know something? You know when you read the room. Read the room, right? In the boxing match, I'm reading the room. I'm watching the people, the crowd, the fans. I'm watching their reactions. When Oscar De La Hoya and Turkey jumped up like that, and what they were watching, they were shocked. Oscar De La Hoya was impressed by Ryan Garcia's performance. And it takes a lot to impress a man like that, a six division world champion. You impressed a six division world champion? Turkey jumped out of his seat and was applauding you more than once. So when you read the room and you see that you exceeded the public's perception of you, that's when you can really appreciate boxing for me. That's what, because I can see the purityness. This wasn't a setup fight. This wasn't a fight where this guy was going to come in and lay down, because these guys are all, their reactions are pure. You're reading them and you're going, bro, it's not like he knew it. Like, you know, when someone is like, they're going to say, this guy's going to come up and shoot over here or pop the balloon, and you react before the thing happens, and it kind of gives it away because your brain, you know what I'm saying, tells you that the thing's going to happen. So when you see natural response, you know, like the excitement come out of them, and you can see that, yeah, man, not even they thought that Ryan was going to perform like this. Not even they thought. I mean, they were hoping Oscar was going on his golden goose. Can Ryan do it again? Can he do another Devin Haney? But this time with no issues, right? So when you're watching them and their reactions, I know that Ryan is shocking the world. I know I'm not the only one that was feeling this way. And they were appreciating. So when we see this, man, listen, I'm harsh on fighters. Yes, I can be critical on fighters. Yes, I can. You know, but if you notice, I never say that the fighter sucks. I'm critical in their performance, what I want them to see, or who that I want them to fight. But I never down a fighter. I don't say this guy sucks, he's garbage. Now that's putting a fighter down. Critical is judging his performance, what he's doing, what he did wrong, what he needs to do. That's being critical. So when I see fighters like Ryan, and I saw the crowd and I saw the pure reactions, you know, I knew that I was watching something special. A fighter that there's no other feeling that you see your fighter take that next level to world championship title. You know, Ryan did it. He did it. He became a king. You know, Ryan woke up this morning, Shakur Stevenson, all the jokes got to stop. Got to stop. All them Tank Davis jokes, you're not a champion, you never fought for a world title. Guess what, buddy? That all comes to an end. Now the world is on at their seat, just looking at Ryan Garcia like, what are you going to do next? Who you fighting next? Who you fighting next, Ryan? And Ryan is that, he's that upset. He's that guy that can come in and upset the cart. He's the guy that now we're believing, yeah, Shakur Stevenson, we don't think you're going to rock Ryan like that anymore. That's not the Ryan Garcia that was in the fight with Rolly. Hell no. Hell no.
No.
That Ryan last night was better than the fight with Devin Haney. That Ryan last night didn't take any rounds off. That Ryan that last night didn't go into the backward Philly shell. You know how he did against Devin?
Yes, you're right.
He turned his
Everything.
back. Yes. Ryan didn't do that shit last night.
even with
All
the
the
knockdown and
mistakes,
stuff.
Get
all
it
the
right. That's the taco shop.
yo, all the mistakes Ryan did leading, it looked like he corrected everything in one fight. Yo, I talk about that. Frontline, how many times have I sat here and said, yo, it's crazy. Like I talk about Devin Haney, and I say Devin Haney trained under a whole bunch of masters. He knows a whole bunch of shit, but he has to figure out his identity as a boxer. He has to make Devin Haney with everything he learned. And I said, I'm just waiting for that special night for everything that Devin learned to all come together. And he takes his everything he learned and makes Devin Haney. Yo, that's exactly what I saw with Ryan Garcia last night. Since he was boxing at 7 years old, everything that Ryan Garcia has been through in boxing, everything, yo, it felt like it all came together. That is a prime example of what I was talking about all these years. That you know that the fighter, that he's a better version of himself. And I said it, even when Devin beat Brian Norman Jr. Yeah, great, Devin, you did great. But there is a better version of Devin Haney, and I really believe that. I really believe that. Just like Ryan. Bro, it all came together for Ryan. Everything. Yo, the amount of shit he corrected in one fight, in one training camp. There's no way you can do that. It had to fall and make sense for Ryan. Trust me when I tell you this, guys. Trust me. Everything he learned with his dad, everything, he started believing in the system. He started shutting up his mouth and doing what he was told. And you can see it, and it paid off. He respected his father in this camp. So much, in fact, after he won the belt, Dad, this is for you. This is for you. You know why? Because this time, I don't think I know it all. This time, I'm allowing you guys to train me. It all came together. And that's, yo, I believe that. And it all came together for Ryan, man. It was just a beautiful thing. Yo, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was sitting there watching the fight, just looking at Ryan, and I was like, am I the only one that's, you guys got to see this shit too. And I knew Two Tone on the boxing voice. I can't wait to go back to. I know they loving this shit right now. You know, yo, they're like, yo, I told you right. Yo, and all this shit talking is gonna come out, and that's what keeps boxing alive. Us fans. We keep boxing alive. We buy the tickets. We fly out to your fights, and now we want to see bigger fights. You know how we are. We get a little blood. What we want, more blood. We never satisfied. We never now. Oh, Ryan, you did that. Now do this. It's always the next guy. And shout out to Andy Hiroka coming out. You know, giving Gary, the American fighter, all he can handle and more. You know, that was a great fight. But Gary, you know, he did what he had to do to win the fight. The point deduction, I think, was the key factor in the fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. I think that Andy Hiroka should be awarded for what he tried to do. He was shelved out there in Japan with Ohashi, and he didn't have a fight for like 18 months, something like that. So for what Andy did under the circumstances, flying in 48 hours, et cetera, you know, the kind of, I think that Andy Hiroka deserves another title shot. I think with one fight, he should be back. He was a good fighter last night. He fought strong at the end. I told you guys that. I said he's a slow starter. I felt like he was going to fight stronger at the end, and he did. He did. Good learning fight for Gary Antoine Russell. Thank you, Gary Antoine Russell, for keeping that belt here, defending it. Yes. Thank you. And thank you, Gary Antoine Russell. Guess what, brother? You are an official world champion because you got a belt, defended the belt. You know, not always the outcome the way you want to defend, but
not
hey,
to a small guy, not to a
not a small
fighter,
guy either. Yes, correct. And he got the number one guy. He fought the number one. So not always the way you want the outcome to be, you know. But Gary, you did your part. The belt is still here, and we're competing. Yes. So that belt is still here, and I thank you, brother. And as far as the other Americans like Gary, Martin, Frank the Ghost Martin, and Albright. Look, man,
I like it.
I like that fight. Albright really showed his pedigree. He wants to be here. He wants to be on the world stage. Albright. What he lacks in skill, his heart, his determination, and his a little bit of punching power. I've seen Frank the Ghost Martin wobbled in that fight more than once. More than once. And Frank the Ghost Martin was supposed to be the power puncher out of the two. Surprisingly, Albright was rocking him. Frank the Ghost Martin, those got skills, and he was boxing good until Albright Frank started to slow down just a little bit, just enough for that Albright can land. And once Frank the Ghost Martin's gas tank started to slow down and he was standing in front of him for that 10th of a second, Albright started to get his timing and land that shot on him. Frank the Ghost Martin, I'm a bit concerned. Will he ever be a world champion? Now that's my biggest question. That's my biggest question this morning. Will Frank the Ghost Martin ever get to that level, or will he always be this gatekeeper?
Here's the biggest question I got.
I saw
I got the biggest question right now.
But
What's
I
up?
want to see him with Pitbull Cruz. Go ahead.
Okay. What's
Here's
up?
the biggest question I got. Why in the hell are the boxing community even thinking about Orion versus Shakur? Number one, it's two different weight classes. That's number one.
Fantasy.
And if they fight, it's supposed to be at a catch weight.
Right.
Wow.
Now, why aren't the boxing community pushing for a rematch unification, Ryan versus Devin? Why are they pushing it towards Shakur?
Okay, because you gotta see what boxing fans you're talking to. You're talking to boxing fans that want to fight over the face of boxing. Those are the fans that want only the face of boxing. Those are the kind of fans that believe that the face of boxing, the best fighter in the world, and the pound for pound fighter are the same person. See, they don't understand that it's three separate entities, those three things. Sometimes there's special boxers that can have all three. They can have all three, and you'll think that that's what the face of boxing is about, but it's not. I got you, my brother. Speak the truth. I got you. I see you. All right. So they think that's got to be. So the fans want to see the alleged face of boxing, Ryan Garcia, fight Shakur Stevenson, which is one of the hottest fighters right now. Shakur Stevenson went up there on the pound for pound list. I think Ring got him 3. Yeah. So, so what the boxing fans want is Ryan to take Shakur's spot at 3 and the face of boxing. That's why they want Ryan and Shakur to fight, because they're hot right now.
Don't work like that.
Not only that, wait, my bad.
I know that, but what's right is right. That. Ryan should stay in his division, and he should fight the guys in his division. That's what's right.
And be face of boxing. You can be face of boxing in different divisions. You don't need to, because Inoue is the face of boxing in Japan and everything. And in that weight class, when you talk about that small weight class, you talk about Naoya Inoue.
Yeah.
You know? That's his division. He represents that division. He's the face of that division. But when you're talking about the heavyweights, it's another ball game.
So, well, Malasa, let's understand what the face of boxing entails. That way, we also educate here at Round One Sports Talk, right? The face of boxing is not usually the best pound for pound fighter or the best fighter in the world. The face of boxing is the most recognizable faces in boxing, like the Jake Pauls, the Tank Davises. That's the face of boxing. That's who you put on a billboard for people in the world to recognize. There's people that don't know nothing about boxing, but they know who Ryan Garcia is.
Yes.
His star status is huge. Sometimes the best boxers in the world don't get the recognition as the face of boxing when they should, like Terrence Crawford. You see, even though Terrence Crawford beat Saul, Terrence Crawford didn't turn into the face of boxing. No, he didn't. Saul, without no belts, is still a more recognizable name than Terrence Crawford. So let's understand what the face of boxing entails. What it actually is. It doesn't mean you're the best boxer or the pound for pound fighter. You're just the most popular. That's it. See, because Naoya Inoue is a way better pound for pound fighter than Ryan Garcia. but he's
Yep.
not the face of boxing, Naoya Inoue.
Exactly.
He's no one knows who the hell hardly he is out here. Out there, yes, but not so he does his star status is not bigger than Ryan. But he's a better boxer than Ryan and he's accomplished more than Ryan. You see how that works? You see how
And
that
have
works?
better names.
Right. So not always the best fight and then the best fighter in the world is not always the pound for pound fighter in the world. For example, Terrence Crawford, for me, wasn't at the time pound for pound number one. Naoya Inoue was, and I'll explain why. And I think that Naoya Inoue at the time was not the best fighter in the world. Terrence Crawford was. Stay with me, guys. Naoya Inoue, skill-wise, I think overall, as you look at him as a whole, he's better now at the age Terrence Crawford is now. So right now, not what Terrence Crawford once was, once upon a time, switching lefty to righty. He was real skillful. But in the present time, Naoya Inoue overall was better. So I put him number one. But Naoya Inoue never did no Terrence Crawford shit. Terrence Crawford jumped up 2 weight division and didn't fight a 1 belt champion. He fought an undisputed champion. You would have to jump up 2 weight division and fight an undisputed champion. Now that is the best fighter shit in the world. Naoya Inoue never did no shit like that. A fighter that takes that big of a risk, that big of a challenge, that's the best fighter in the world. He is the best fighter in the world. That was at the highest risk, the biggest reward.
Yep.
Naoya Inoue never did no shit like that. Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. Naoya Inoue is the best pound for pound fighter in the world. And fighters like Jake Paul, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Canelo Alvarez, those are the face of boxing.
That bring people to
That bring people.
stage.
Yes. You can put Canelo's face anywhere in the world. They're going to know that's the Mexican fighter, Canelo Alvarez.
And
That's
you're gonna
Saul
put
right
access
there.
to the-
They're going to know
to the
exactly
stadium.
who he is. But you can't take, Shakur's name is starting to buzz because remember
the
the
difference.
amateurs, he travels worldwide. Shakur.
Look, Edwin, look the difference of these 2 cards. You saw the one in New York, all the big names that was in that card to fill up the Madison Square Garden. You see this card of Ryan Garcia. Ryan was the biggest name. His opponent was who? Mario Barrios. Don't bring a lot of name. Russell and Roca. Don't bring that many people. From Martin versus, so he don't have a card full of big names that because Shakur Teofimo, got Kishon that bring a lot of people. Ortiz, he bring a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominican from New York. The other guys in the card was full of a lot of more commercial names, if you want to say it like that. And this card was more about fighters. That Duarte is known, but where? Not super. It's not a popular name. It's not a casual. I don't like to say casual.
Right.
Like media name.
Hey,
You
let me
know?
answer this. Check this out. George says Terrence Crawford walks around between 180 and 190 pounds. He basically has to lose less weight than normally. So he was still very strong, and the skills level he knew wouldn't take him. The skill level he knew it would take him to the victory. Okay, that's easier said than done.
Yes.
That's easier said than done. Just because I walk around in a weight, I don't fight and train at that weight. Jamel Charlo was a 154-pound champion. He thought he can move up to 168 and fight Saul Canelo Alvarez. He looked like he was sinking in quicksand. He couldn't even shift it in another gear. Just because Charlo walks around in that weight and Charlo is a big dude and he cuts a lot of weight didn't mean that on fight night he can look like himself. You understand? What Terrence Crawford did, that's where you separate the elite of the elite athletes.
Yeah.
People that can adapt like that. And it wasn't that fast because remember, from the time he fought Ismail Matachek at 154 until the time Saul fight, he had basically almost a year to prepare for that, to gradually put on the weight and train and fight. Remember Terrence Crawford's journey to the Saul fight. We saw photos of first him blimping up, then we saw photos of him ripping up. Then we saw photos of him so you saw the transition that he had to do.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
It's
what
very
Terrence
different.
Crawford actually did, the Charlo twin, if you would have asked me, let's just think about this family.
Walking
Think about
weight
this.
and fighting weight is
Check this out.
different.
Think about this family. The Charlo twin was an acclimated world champion at 154. Terrence Crawford really came down from 147. He only had one fight at 154. If you were to take Terrence Crawford and the Charlo twin at that time and put them side to side, the Charlo twin is way bigger than Terrence Crawford. He fought in a bigger weight division. He's taller and everything. So if you honestly sit there and think about it, the Charlo twin, statue-wise, weight-wise, had a better shot of fighting Canelo Alvarez and acclimating to the weight better because he had a bigger frame and he was a bigger dude. Terrence was a smaller guy that acclimated to that weight and learned how to fight in that weight. I don't think you understand what Terrence Crawford actually did. That's almost impossible to do. You have to be an exceptional athlete to do some shit like that. Brother, you're a 140 pounder, Terrence Crawford. Your body is conditioned and to train to fight in the 140s. You came up from 135 where you have a world title in. You ended up where? 168? Are you out of your mind? You know how many divisions that is? Between 135 and 168? 135, 140, 147, 154, 160, 168. Brother, no, you're not supposed to do that. No human in the world is supposed to do that shit. That's why Canelo gave Terrence the shot. The odds of Terrence actually beating that man, the deck was stacked against Terrence. He was never supposed to win that fight. Don't you know that you gave the American the opportunity to go down in the history books? Why, Canelo, you stand to gain nothing but a title defense? You let that man put his name in the history books on your name. Where are you going to get a guy that's willing to give you a shot at all four belts when he did all the heavy lifting to help you out in your career? But what Terrence Crawford had was valuable. That O he had, that was a 2-division, all 4 belt O. And Canelo was sovereign at the fact, I can beat the American on the way out. I can take away Terrence Crawford's O. And if I beat Terrence Crawford, I beat a 2-time division unified undisputed world champion. So Saul said, well, I can take that away from him. And he allowed that to persuade him to let Terrence Crawford steal the night. Steal the motherfucking night. I'm convinced that made-up belt that they made for the WBC, the tricked out one, that wasn't for Terrence. That was made specifically for Saul. That ring wasn't for Terrence. That was specifically made for Saul.
Yes.
And Terrence came in there and fucking stowed everything. Just like Mario Barrio had an opportunity. Just like Navarrete. When they made that jacket, they sized that jacket up for Oscar Valdez. Because the boxing world was convinced he was going to be Navarrete. But this is boxing. And you got the right to write your own destiny. Like Ryan Garcia. You got the opportunity to build your own kingdom. Brick by brick. Like Ryan.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about boxing. Yo, you can say what you want. You can call boxing corrupt. You can say what the fuck you want. But if you knock that mofo out, you write history.
Yep.
You. And right now, Ryan is sitting on top of the world, man. He is sitting on top of the world. Let's go, Ryan.
Boxer do it. It's awesome. If the guy you don't like do it, for me it's awesome too, like this is boxing. And when I see a guy shine, like Ryan gained a lot of respect last night. What he did, his
Yep.
composure, like how he fought that fight, I know he gained respect. Like people cannot talk trash about him.
Right.
And he don't change gears because he don't let Mario Barrio did nothing
No, he
for
shut him
Ryan to change
down.
the gear. He shut
He
him down.
shut him down, man. He shut him down. He shut him
That
down.
was
It
nasty.
was an impressive
Nasty work.
performance.
Yeah.
And I'm just these are things that I speak of about boxing. When you come here, sometimes you'll catch me in the middle of criticizing one fighter or whatever, but just give it time. Let me cook. Let me cook. And I point out these things about the fights because we should recognize these boxers for these achievements, and these accomplishments. And you got to know how to separate what these guys are telling you and know the difference between star status and championship status. Listen, I'm not entering a sport and avoiding the highest award. And then, people will come out and say, you don't need that. Yeah, well said from a guy that can't get a belt. Well said from a guy you can't get a belt or they don't want to give you title fights. So you go around saying, smearing the belts. Belts ain't shit. Yeah, because you're on the outside. But tell me what Ryan Garcia is feeling like now with that WBC. That belt solidifies him as a world champion. That's it. That's how strong the belt is. That's how, because now you can't say no. But without the belt, and had he lost last night, what would Ryan be waking up to this morning if he did another egg like Rolly?
Oh,
If Ryan Garcia came out there and fought like he did in Rolly fight, guess what? The entire world was ready to hang him. Yup,
yep.
you had an Austrian career. Yup, you didn't look anywhere near like the Devon. This is all facts, baby. And Ryan, the boxing world was watching like this, like, on the edge of their seats, waiting to rock Ryan to make it all proof. But what they saw last night was a different man.
Some people, but you know what? It was a bunch of people in Puerto Rico, a bunch of places that they was looking to Ryan, like, come on, Ryan, win this fight, like, prove the people wrong,
Prove the people wrong, right? Ryan had you had a lot of explaining to do, homeboy, and it's just funny that, people are trying to kill my belts in boxing. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm not going to let it happen.
Ryan was a no name and yes, a star.
Nah, brother.
To the stadium.
Ryan was right.
Last night, he won how you say, legitimacy.
Yes. Like,
now you are the real deal.
You're the real deal. No, like, Ryan looked at Oscar. He had to be honest with himself. Yo, Oscar, you had the WBC World Championship. And Oscar told Ryan, brother, this is the best belt right here when you get it. And he was right. He was right. Yo, like, now we're taking Ryan serious. Yes. Now we taking Ryan with this performance. Yo, it didn't change your perception about Devin Haney fight. Didn't it change? Like, there was a lot of people saying, Devin Haney don't need Ryan. Devin Haney, don't fight Ryan, this, that, and the third. But no, Ryan.
The dance partner. Devin Haney is looking for dance partners in the wrong places, and
dance
partner is right there.
He's looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what I mean?
Calling out with 154, calling out with 140.
Trying to call out Xander. Brother, forget Xander. Handle Ryan, your business with Ryan.
Yeah, that he sell places in the West Coast. Yep. I know in the West Coast, Haney versus Ryan will do good numbers. Not the mistake that they did in New York. Like, bro, no.
Right.
And at the time that Ryan have no belt, no title, people was, hey, Bill father was hitting the wrong doors and stuff like that. And that shit was a disaster. But now that both guys has proved themselves, I think now a rematch between those two in Las Vegas or California can make good numbers. For real.
Yo, and you want to know something too? Let me assess something right now. For all the people that think that Ryan would, and including myself, sometimes we can be a prisoner in the moment, right? We'll see the last fight. It's real fresh on our mind. We'll start saying crazy shit like Ryan will wipe down Devin Haney, like I said. Okay. Now, the thing is this. I also assessed this in my own head. I said there's several ways that Ryan Garcia Devin Haney rematch, a lot of ways it can go down. But one of the main things I really believe, there's no way on God's green earth Devin Haney's going to fight Ryan Garcia the same way like he did in the first fight. He underestimated Ryan and got caught early. And then he was hurt. He was basically hurt the whole fight, and he was trying to like overcome it. He got hurt too early in the fight. So Devin is not going to look like the Devin that he did in the first Ryan, neither. You think that Ryan's not going to look like the same Ryan. Yeah, he's not. But Devin is not going to approach the fight like that. Devin's going to be a bit more methodical, a little bit more defensively sound, and he's going to let his hands go this time with Ryan. Devin's going to treat Ryan like an A+ fighter, like he should have the first fight. I think Devin was a little laxy-daisy with Ryan. And like I said, he got caught big early, and it just kept going downhill from there. Devin did win rounds in because of Ryan's lack of performance or taking rounds off. So I know how the first fight looked, but you got to keep this in mind, guys. Devin is a highly skilled boxer. He's really skilled. Yeah. And Devin is a lot better boxer than what that Devin version of him in Ryan. Brother, let's just all be honest with ourselves. Let's just all be honest with ourselves. Devin took Ryan lightly. I believe that. He fell for the okie doke. Ryan rocked Devin asleep as far as mental warfare.
Yep.
Devin didn't take Ryan no more seriously leading into their fight. There's no way on God's green earth anyone can tell me that Devin's going to start off the next fight like he started off the first fight. No.
But I know
Ryan's in trouble too.
For free.
Yeah, Ryan's in trouble.
Question. Devin Haney have surpassed that emotion, like
I think he did.
Knock him out and stuff, or he's still trapped in that.
No, I think Devin is coming out of the fog. A Brian Norman Jr. win was a good win. I don't sleep on Devin, and I don't add to him. I told you, I'm honest.
It's gonna be a better fight.
I'm honest. I am honest. I tried to be anyway. Listen, that was not the best version of Devin Haney against Brian Norman Jr. No, it was not. Devin didn't do anything in that fight against Brian Norman Jr. that I hadn't seen before, or performed at a better Regis Progress fight. Devin fought better in the Regis Progress, and he also dropped Regis Progress early in the fight. Same thing he did to Brian Norman Jr. But in the Brian Norman Jr., he was a bit more cautious. He was a bit more reserved in going in and exchanging. At least in the Regis fight, he kept going in and peppering Regis' face. After the fight, Regis was all bubbled up. He looked like he got a whole bunch of kisses.
Hey,
he had all them red bruises everywhere.
You're correct. Devin Haney will take Ryan more seriously this fight.
Yeah.
If they fight, that's why he has entered the DHP, Devin Haney protection.
He's gonna be very gracious,
Yo, I'm just saying. Like I remember situations in boxings, and I play it out for you. I play it out for you. You guys have at it. I'm not a fortune teller here, or maybe I am. I did call the fight last night. I am the champion. You know what I'm saying? But let's not get into that. What I'm saying is, I don't think that Devin's going to fight Ryan the same way. No. And I think that Devin is a really skilled boxer. I think he'll be more cautious. I think that there's a better version of Devin Haney, just like there was a better version of Ryan Garcia. Now I know that this fight is going to be the fight we should have had in the first fight. A more competitive, high action type fight between Ryan and Devin. Both fighters have matured in their career. Both fighters have been in the ring with each other, and both fighters have a chip on their shoulder. This is boxing, people. This is what we want. This is the kind of fight we need. You know what I'm saying? This is that smoke. It's got history. It's got drama. It's got excitement. What the fuck are you doing, Devin? Leave Xander alone and come and handle your motherfucking business. All right? Because in the fight game, we from the show me state. You're going to have to show me. You ain't just going to be talking about you would whoop this dude's ass or this, that, and third, or have this man living in the same block with you. One of y'all got to go. You can't be walking around me on the same block every day and I'm thinking we got beef, but we going to walk by each other. Nah, one of us got to go. One of us got to go. You ain't going to be walking around me just chilling. Where they do that at? Nah, when I see you, it's on and popping, baby. That's it.
We in Vegas.
That's it. We need this smoke. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, Devin can talk all about his division and all the titles that he won and whatever, but Ryan dropped you twice in that. And that's twice or three times. I don't know. I stopped
5 times, but they counted 3.
Gee. So
he got dropped 5 times in that fight, but they only counted 3. Yeah, that's right, Marcos. We from the show me state. You're going to have to show me. You can talk all that shit you want. Really? Really? Then show me. Come on. Show me how tough you are. Show me. You know what I mean? Brother, we going to have to duke it out. That's it. And with that performance Ryan Garcia put on, the world is not going to let Devin back out with this. I don't need the Ryan fight type shit. And that Ryan fight, all the money that Ryan left on the table with Rolly, guess what? It just got put back on and more. Because now he got a belt. That's a unification. Ryan, my man, you did it, baby. You did it, baby.
You knew what belt he gonna get. Yeah, now he got the WBC 147 world champion. Like shit.
Yo, I'm surprised on BoxRec they didn't fucking remove Devin's picture and put Ryan's this morning. They got Ryan Garcia as the WBC world champion, and if I'm not mistaken, the WBC belt is the most recognized belt out of all the 4 major sanctioning bodies, most prestigious belt. So in actuality, who's the king of 140?
Ryan
147.
147. I'm sorry, 147. Who's the king of 147? Doom. And I mean that with emphasis on the king part. Who's the king? Ryan King, guys. Right? So he does have the most prestigious belt. So listen. Who do you guys want to see? Okay, let's say in a good world, you want to see Ryan's next fight. If Ryan's next fight is not with Devin Haney, who does he fight? Everybody don't speak up at once now.
I say he goes to Rolly rematch for unification, or or if it ain't Haney, Rolly rematch, or who's the other champ? Crocker, that's his name.
Louis Crocker.
Yeah, go after Crocker, unify. Yo, these boxers got to stop playing games with these fucking holding the belts and not doing anything with them besides defense.
Nah. You had it right the first time, Frontline. You had it right the first time. Get that win back against Rolly.
Yeah.
Don't let Rolly walk off into the sunset. You become a greater fighter. You have a better legacy, Ryan. And then you give these people, when they look back when you retire, oh, look, you lost against Rolly. You never got that back. Fighters like Subriel Matias lost to Pedro Hernandez, but what did he do? He went and got that back. He got it back in blood. Devin got a no contest against Ryan, but the world wants him to do him what? Get it back in blood. We want that squabble. So I'll take that Ryan fight with Rolly. Rolly got a belt. Ryan, if anyone get this back, attack Rolly. Rolly's already blatantly ducking Devin Haney on social media. I don't want to fight him. He's a boring fighter. He's going to do... Brother, you're ducking him. You don't want to fight Devin, Rolly. You know Devin will beat you better than, you know what I'm saying? I just think that Devin will outsmart Rolly, right? Rolly's strong, but Devin will beat him for 12 rounds. Yeah. Yeah. And I think Devin can survive Rolly's power, everything. I don't think Rolly's going to catch up to Devin like that. No. And so, yeah, I like that Ryan rather than a Lewis Crocker shit. The Lewis Crocker fight, I'm not sure what his fan base is out there. I know that Ryan starred status, and Rolly's a pretty good draw. He held his weight against Tank, you know, and Rolly's got a good buzz out here in America, and he has a title. So it's right now the 4 champions are Lewis Crocker, Rondo Rolly, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney are the 4 champions in the division right now. That's fucking crazy. At 147, those are the 4 champions.
Who do you want? Who do you want to see Ryan with? Mela, who do you want to see him with?
Rolly, you know it. Rolly. If he can't get the Devin. If he can't get the Devin right now, I'll take Rolly. You know, I'll take Lewis Crocker, any of the champions. But that's the thing. Can Ryan do more? You know, is this the end? You know what I'm saying? You ever see those athletes or those artists? They're one-hit wonders. One-hit wonders. They get one hit. You know, they do one good performance or something. You know what I mean? And like they never take off from there. You know what I mean? So is he a one-hit wonder, Ryan Garcia, or can he add to the legacy of Ryan Garcia? That's what the world wants to know. Lewis Crocker fight makes sense. The Rolly fight makes sense. You get your get back. And the Devin fight, you answer a lot of questions. So either way Ryan goes right now, he has a lot of good options. I like them all. I like one more than the other. I'm not sure what I like more. The Ryan Garcia versus Rolly, the Ryan Garcia versus Devin. I'm not sure which one I like more because I think that the Devin fight would be bigger. It would make more money because they both got big names. But the Ryan fight, the Rolly fight, Ryan fight against Rolly, you're getting your get back. You're getting that lick back. You're going to get that win. You got a chance to get that win back. You know what I'm saying? So I think Devin fight would be more popular, be more lucrative. Either fight, like I said, I like his options. What do you guys think? Ryan has to try to clean up his name. Rolly is the guy. Yes. You see my angle on that? You got to get that back. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to clean that shit up, man. That Rolly lost. That's fucking you up. That's like when people were saying Dubois was making a turnaround in his career, right? And they were comparing him against heavyweights like Parker, Zhang, and shit like that. Dubois. What hurt Dubois is you lost to Joy Joyce, the juggernaut, that didn't amount to nothing, that looked slow and didn't look like he had much power. And Zhang beat the shit out of him not once but twice. What hurt him was that, like, Dubois, bro, you lost to Joe Joyce, like, you know, he needed to get that back. Clean up your name type shit. So that loss against Rolly, I think Ryan might want to get that back. So I like I said, I like all his options. They're very interesting. Lewis Crocker, that's a unification. And the Devin got history. The Devin fight got history. We want answers. Is it true that Ryan Garcia just got Devin Haney's number? Is that true? And then the reason why they're bringing up Shakur is just because they're hot right now. Shakur's hot. He's on the pound for pound list. Devin's on the outside looking in saying, I should be there. Devin's saying, I've done more shit than Shakur. And for some reason, Shakur beat fucking Tio. Now, you know, I think Devin's salty. I think Devin sees himself where Shakur's at. Devin feels that he should be recognized like where Shakur is. And then the boxing world is smart. The boxing machine, it's smart. By putting Shakur there, it lights a fire on the Devin's ass to attack him. They start putting the spotlight and the cameras over here. Fighters don't like that. Starts to create friction in between the fighters. Now they want to fight for the right to be called the best. Boxing. It's usually set up for another guy to, and it's usually the next hot thing. That's why, even though Ryan and Shakur Stevenson are not even in the same weight division, not even, they're like 2 divisions apart, technically. And we're talking them up like they should fight. To tell you the truth, I think Shakur is too small for Ryan now. Yeah. And I spoke about this last night. The way Ryan Garcia looked against Mario Barrio, you might say when the fight was going to start, a lot of the comments started to flow. He doesn't look that big like he did in the Devin fight. No, he did. He actually did. The problem was Mario Barrio was big too. He wasn't like the size of Devin when they fought. Devin Haney really depleted himself in that Ryan fight. He made weight. He did everything. Devin was a skeleton like this. He was sunk the fuck in. He gave too much in that Ryan fight. He couldn't blow up again. He really was serious for the weight cut and making in shape. And Ryan cheated him. Ryan said, fuck that. I ain't going to kill myself. I'm going to blow up, be healthy, nice and strong. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he did. Ryan outsmarted him. But the scandal that broke afterwards, damn, Ryan, it fucked the night up. And you can't take nothing away from that. And Ryan was labeled a cheater. And he got to, come back and show the world, no, that's not what I'm about. This is what I'm about. And Ryan Garcia pulled that shit off last night. He fought under a microscope of the world. You know what I mean? And he came in clean. He performed clean. He answered a lot of questions. Everything was there. The speed, the power. His gas tank was better. He just looked overall 100% better as a fighter. So it builds to future fights. And Tank is out of the equation. I don't think Tank's going to fight anybody. So what do we got left, guys? These are our fights. We need these fights right here. We definitely need these fights. The problem is if he loses with Devin, he can make other ones, but if he loses against Rolly, he loses value. Yeah, you're right. Boxing is a risky game, a risky business, isn't it? It's a risky business. We just saw that happen with who? Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa. Nick Ball was scheduled for over a year to be the fighter that Naoya Inoue would fight if he made the move to 126. Nick Ball was the front runner for that lottery fight. Guess what happened? He lost his belt. It's a risk. Where does Nick Ball go now? Is he going to get the Naoya Inoue fight? Nope. Only the guys that have the belt. So you took it wasn't a high risk because he had to fight the mandatory, which was Brandon. He was obligated, forced to fight him. If not, he would have got stripped. So either way, he was going to lose that belt. Nick Ball's job was to beat Brandon and keep the belt. Like you said, if Ryan goes and fights Rolly, and if he loses against Rolly, that Devin fight is definitely out the window. Devin ain't fighting you. He might as well fight Rolly because Rolly got 2 belts. It makes more sense to go after him. You're going to be sidelined once again. Why? Because of belts. But I thought these guys were telling you belts don't matter. If belts truly didn't matter, Ryan should be able to lose to Rolly and still fight Devin. What keeps the fight alive? The belt. But yet, belts don't matter. Huh? Really? Belts don't matter. But even this guy says that if Ryan was to fight Rolly and lose, he loses value. Why do you lose your value? You don't got a belt. Which proves to the fact, does these belts matter? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That belt made Ryan Garcia. Without the belt, he is not King Ryan Garcia. You could call yourself that all you want. You could put more tattoos. Shit, you could put crowns all over your body. Doesn't mean you're a champion. You got to do that shit first. Then they say belts don't matter. What are you talking about? These belts are everything. Everything. What these belts can do for you in the world stage, if you're ever able to, acquire a few of them throughout divisions, and it comes a time you retire and then you come back, you were somebody. You established yourself. If you retired and 5 years later came back as Manny Pacquiao, you don't need a belt then. You're fucking Manny Pacquiao. We know what the hell you did. You don't need no more belt. You're not at an audition. You're an established fighter. You don't got to prove to me or convince me. We know who you are. At that point, you do not need a belt. That's a different level. But how'd you get there? You would not get there. You would just be Gabe Rosado. You fought a bunch of legendary fighters, a lot of title fights, but you lost. You would be Gabe Rosado. No offense to Gabe. You're a fucking legend. A warrior in my eyes. Hands down. All right? Philly fighter. Fucking love that guy. He never in a boring fight. He knocked out Beck the Bully. All right? The guy that just fought last night. That couldn't put that guy out. All right? So, but unfortunately, without belts, that's who you are. Take away all Saul's belts, that's who he becomes. Take away all Terrence, that's who he becomes. Is Gabe Rosado recognized as a world champion? No. How the fuck does belts do not matter? How? You got to establish yourself, brothers. Hey, listen, guys, man. We got Clarissa Shield tonight. Boxing. Frontline, what's up? Talk to me.
Nah, shit, I was quiet the whole time because you cooking, so I'm letting you cook.
Yeah.
Blink if you're in trouble.
Okay. A few more minutes.
Blink if you're in trouble. Blink.
Nah, it's Sunday, wifey. She wants to talk to me and show me all the things she bought and stuff, and she's doing her thing, and you know how they get. Let me show you. I want to talk to you. Where is it? So, and we're preparing for the snowstorm. So we just got her job got canceled tomorrow. That's how bad it's going to be. Schools obviously got canceled. And then I have funeral arrangements for this Tuesday for my daughter. So I got to go out and get a haircut. So we're making plans. She's preparing the house, the outer layer of the house, what we can do on our part to prepare for the snowstorm. We got water, juices, things like that to ride out the storm. Like I said,
hey, don't do like last time. Don't eat all the snacks before the storm fucking hits. That's fucking pointless.
Listen, I ate all the snacks in one day. I was done the next day. It's crazy. No, we had no snacks, but plenty of food. You know what I mean? But no snacks. Right? So, that was funny. That's hilarious that you say that. She said the same thing. Right? So, we went out and we're just going to prepare for the snow. I think we're getting 12 inches of snow right now. So it's going to be bad. That's one.
Cakewalk for you guys. Hey, Kai wants to know who can beat Ryan. Or who can Ryan beat? I'm sorry, who can Ryan beat? Not trying to criticize, just want to know.
Who can Ryan beat? With that kind of performance, Ryan has the ability to beat any of the top guys. Whether or not he can pull it off, that I got to see with my own two eyes. I'm not about to put the cart before the horse, and I'm not going to be one of those guys that's a prisoner in the moment. Just because what Ryan pulled off last night, great, Ryan. You showed the world you actually can box and fight, that you are an intelligent fighter, that everything we thought you was, you can bring that to at the highest level of your ability. So now that the cat is out of the bag, Ryan, we seen you at your best. We seen you. That was a great performance. He has the ability to beat any of the top guys, any of them. I think in a fight, I wouldn't be scared to take Ryan over Devin. I wouldn't be scared to take Ryan over Lewis Crocker. I wouldn't be scared to take Ryan over Rolly. And even though Rolly got a win on him, I would still take Ryan, this version of Ryan, if he shows up to fight these guys. Yes, Ryan can beat any of these guys. Now, can Ryan be beat? Yeah, of course he can be beat. Any fighter can be beat. You catch Ryan right, prepare, treat Ryan as such. Once the cat is out of the bag with you and they got film study on you at your best, coaches start to develop a game plan to beat you. Sometimes what can help you in a fight is perception. Your perception of that fighter. Devin Haney's perception of Ryan Garcia, he didn't perceive him to be an A+ fighter, did he? He told you himself, Ryan, you're a C+ fighter. His perception of Ryan helped Ryan. But once the cat is out of the bag and we're going to treat you accordingly, the fights get tougher.
I don't know. I think Shakur beats him all. Shakur's just too fast. I mean, granted, he doesn't have power, but he's way too slick. And his skill level is way too high. Like his ring IQ and all that shit. I don't think power or not. I mean, look at what he did to Teal. He made Teal look super average.
Yeah, but Teal's way slower than Ryan.
Right.
Ryan's speed is on the level of Shakur's. The skill might be on a different level. What they do with their hands in certain situations, that's a different conversation. But the speed is equal with Ryan and Shakur. The power.
But Shakur's reflexes.
His reflexes are way faster than Ryan's.
Exactly.
But I give Ryan the power. Ryan's punch is stronger than Shakur's punch.
Right, but what good is the power if you can't touch what you're trying to hit?
Okay, now, here's the thing, though.
You see how easy it is to reel you in? You have to go because your wife's pulling you, and I'm reeling you right in.
No, that's okay. We're going to go with the conversation. She already walked out. She's doing something. You know, women, they change emotions every 5 minutes. So hopefully she's doing her thing. So anyway, no, but check this out. Okay, I agree with you. But Ryan and Shakur have sparred and fought in the amateurs. And Ryan is telling you once again, bro, I'm trying to tell you, all that shit Shakur's doing against these guys, I've fought him numerous times. I sparred against him as adults too. I'm telling you, Shakur can't deal with my speed and my power. I will trap Shakur in a corner. I will put Shakur. Shakur's not going to be able to move on me. I got fast legs too, Ryan Garcia. And Ryan is a big boy where that if Shakur thinks he's going to spin and fight on the back foot all night, when we get to the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round, if you're fighting going backwards, Shakur, all night, good luck. Ryan just might drain you. Eventually, this is called boxing. You got to win by points, punches landed. At some point, you're not going to be able to just jab, step back. It's not going to work. At some point, Shakur's going to have to stand there with Ryan. At that moment, if Shakur can really evade and move and make Ryan look silly, then I'll get my answer then. I'll know that Shakur is too much for Ryan. He's too good invasive. Once I see him with a speed demon like Ryan and Ryan can't even touch him, then I'll really see, like, wait a
Hey,
minute.
since we got Bulbos in the building, I can honestly say that'll be a good Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry right there, don't you think?
Ryan versus
Shakur.
versus
Yeah,
Shakur.
that'll be a dope
Yeah.
ass Puerto Rico versus Mexico rivalry
We
right there.
got one right there. You know what I'm saying? And let me guess, Bulls has got the Mexican fighter Shakur
Are you-
Stevenson. Ah!
Hey, they're gonna have Ryan Garcia until he loses. When he loses, then they're
Bro,
gonna come be
they're
like,
gonna
no, but
try
he's
to take
American.
they're
He's
gonna try to
American.
take Shakur and make him Mexican. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell us we got that guy.
That's just crazy.
Yo,
But no,
that's crazy.
I think Shakur gives everybody problems. Not just at 47 at 40, but 47 and even down at 35.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. I think
Yo,
Shakur,
Shakur's too slick, huh?
yeah,
He's too
but
slick.
yeah, listen, yes, there's a 1% of fighters that can do that. That's where we truly say skills pay the bills. Right here. Mayweather wasn't a 154 pounder. He should have never been in that ring with fighters like Miguel Cotto. Never. But his skills made up for his size. There's very
So
few men in the world that can do that.
so you
Where
agree.
that I think Shakur's maxed out, if I'm being honest. I think he's maxed out and he knows it.
Maxed out what, weight wise or
Yes.
skill wise?
No, maxed out weight wise. He's maxed out. At some point, no matter how much skill you have, if you're just that much bigger than me, you're not going to be like, for instance, no matter what I feel about Naoya, the Monster Inoue, he's just too small. If you put him in the ring with Terrence Crawford's going to beat the shit out of him because he's just too big. Okay, if you put Naoya, the Monster Inoue, in with fucking Rolly might rock Naoya. Rolly's nowhere near the skill, but he's just too big. At some point, he's going to be able to walk through his punches. You're just too big. I think Shakur's maxed out. He knows it. Look at you gotta look at the clues. He talks a big talk. Shakur walks with a big stick, right? But he tells the truth. He tells the truth in between his stories. You'll find the truth in how he talks. He says, I walk around at this weight. I spar with guys 160, 170, 180. I can actually go up there and beat these guys. But here comes the truth. I'll fight Ryan Garcia, but only if it's at 144 at a catch weight. He's telling you. There's the truth. There's the honesty. He talks a big talk. He says he can, but the truth is there if you just.
Well, 44, that means that none of them, even if they lose, they don't lose their belts.
No. That's not. He's not worried about their belts or what they lose. Or he wants to beat you. He's not concerned for you. He's telling you, I can't do 147, but I'll fight you at 144 if we can make the fight happen, just to prove who would win in a fight between me and you. But this is as far as I'm willing to go. With that, I feel that my body can perform still, and I can still be Shakur Stevenson. You understand? You see, what usually beats a great fighter is not the fact that you beat him in his division. Nonito Donaire, you weren't going to beat him in those lower weight divisions. When he moved up is when he finally lost. When you finally lose is like you weren't going to beat Felix Trinidad at 147. When he moved up to 150, that's when he lost. You weren't going to beat Naoya Inoue at 118. You're not going to beat Floyd ever at 130, 135, 140. No one's going to beat him there. He was forced to move up because he needed to challenge himself. That's how you usually lose. I think that's where Shakur's at. You're not going to beat Shakur at 130. No one is. You're not beating Shakur at 135. Tank ain't going to beat him. Shakur has to go up to risk it all, to make it interesting, to make the skill versus the size even. Because you're not going to beat him at his real weight. Those are the exceptional fighters. That's the 1% of boxing.
You think O'Shaquie Foster has a chance against Shakur?
No. No, no. I think O'Shaughnessy Foster is a good fighter. Shasi fights to the level of his competition. I think O'Shaughnessy, if you couldn't beat or pack up Stephen Kubo Fulton is no Shakur Stevenson, brother. No Shakur Stevenson. And pillow fisted Stephen Kubo Fulton lasted the fight like that with you. You couldn't put him away. Brother, you ain't going nowhere against Shakur. Shakur's going to use you like a dartboard. Yeah, you're a great American in your own right. O'Shaughnessy Foster is a slick fighter. I just think that Shakur Stevenson's on a different level. You know, I don't like to use triangle theories, but I just got to be honest. O'Shaughnessy, if you couldn't pack up overweight Stephen Kubo Fulton that missed weight on yours and even fought you at a higher weight that was a sloppier version of himself, brother, you ain't fucking with Shakur. Stop it.
Oshaki. Let's say it together.
Oshaki.
Bobo said
Oshasi. How's it say? How's it? Oshaki. Oshaki, right?
Yeah.
Oshaki. Right.
You're gonna work.
I murder
working with
names.
Melasa.
That's what I do. I murder name and call fights. That's what I do at Round One Sports Talk.
I'm working with Melasa on his English.
I want a yob. Hold on.
Koki, what's up, Bobby? Shakur just another Puerto Rican fighter ready to dominate any Mexican fighter at 140. Fellow hands Ryan.
Pillow hands Ryan. Who said that? What I missed?
Felno says pillow hands Ryan. And then Koki in the building. He says Shakur, just another Puerto Rican fighter ready to dominate any Mexican fighter at 140. You know Koki gonna come in here talking shit.
Yo, shots fired. You know how we do every day here. Yo, he said pillow hands Ryan. How dare he?
Bobo says he prefers Oshazi.
Oshazi? We're gonna keep Oshazi. Oshaki Foster. Yeah, I'll be rocking dude's name.
You be butchering names.
Hey yo, but you know what I'm saying? If I butcher your name, that means I like you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're good. Hey yo, look at Koki. Pouring it on. He's starting.
You know Koki gotta come talking shit.
You know he gonna talk his shit. Hey yo, listen, man. But this is what I love.
Devin is the face of boxing. Mexicans for Haney. Salute from East LA.
Oh shit, we got a big Devin Haney supporter. He revealed his card, lifted his skirt early in the chat. Early. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo.
All it took was 2 messages. That's it.
2 messages, and he's walking on the sand holding hands with Devin, looking in his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
And he got Albright singing in the background.
Albright singing in the background. You ain't shit, Frontline. You ain't shit. Yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, where's Devin Haney at right now, man? Anybody seen him?
He's in Devin Haney protection. DHP.
Under the bed. Check under the bed.
Check under the bed? That's crazy.
Ese está escondido.
Nah, Debo's coming outside, bro.
He ain't
Stop
coming
fucking
outside.
around. He coming outside. Debo coming outside, bro. He gonna go look for Ryan Garcia's chain. Ryan got the chain on. Debo's coming down the street right now with the bike. He's like, yo, where Ryan at with that chain? He gonna take Ryan's chain. He like, where Ryan at?
Nah, that's not gonna happen. you wanna know why it's not gonna happen?
Why? Why ain't gonna happen?
Because Devin has WBO.
It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
The WBC is greater, so Ryan's just better. That's it.
Yeah, well,
accept it.
Debo coming for that WBC world title and that chain. And that chain, Debo coming. The bike is squeaking down where the fuck Ryan at?
Yeah, till Craig get a hold of his ass.
Hey, yo, Craig bust him in the head with a brick and take Debo bike. Pow! Give me that bike, punk. This is my beach cruiser.
And the crazy part is, I could see Henry jumping up on the ring, looking at Haney while he's ass up, face down, talking about you got knocked the fuck out.
Yo, let's pop our boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? Both fighters, we talking shit. Yo, listen, round one here. We love all boxing. You know what I'm saying? We'll
Yo,
rock one
Coqui,
fighter, talk shit for him, everything because this is pure boxing shit talking.
Coqui and Bubbles be
You know
going
what I'm
at that
saying?
shit's funny. He said Coqui says Ferno versus Bubbles in a death match.
Oh
And then
shit.
Damn.
Bobo says Ferno's Guatemalan. He doesn't count.
Oh, they're not claiming him.
Oh,
Yeah. Ferno got mad. He said, Bubbles, I'm 100% Mexican, my boy.
Yo. Hey, yo.
Bulbul de
Hey,
los
yo,
que
he's gonna.
todavía camina en
I
piso
have
de
a
tierra.
feeling. I have a feeling he's gonna blend right in here at Round One Sports Talk. He gonna get right in. You're gonna soon realize Mexico down bad right now,
Yeah,
homeboy.
yeah, oh yeah. Bubbles already knows that. That's why he's tranquilito.
Yo, he needs his Mexican brethren. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Listen.
this shit
Oh,
is too
yeah, porque
funny.
ayer era un tejano contra un
Oh,
californiano.
became a member, level one contender. What's
That's
up?
right.
Man?
Frank Alfonso.
Woo!
Welcome to the family.
Awesome.
Welcome to the family, brother. Welcome.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Man, listen, man. I that's why I loved coming up here, man, talking boxing, man, because unlike any other channels and shit, they want to curse and swear and debate. Man, we could be
And if you
cordial
say
and
some
talk
slick
shit.
shit, they'll block you from the chat. Nah, we don't block nobody
Nah,
here.
no,
You have
just
to
the rules.
be.
Hit them with the rules. Hit them with the rules.
Real
We
quick.
real
It's
quick.
very simplistic. Rule number one: we don't talk about mothers, fucking sisters, grandmothers. We don't talk family. If you're gonna talk
No, or
shit,
your kids
you
don't
talk
say nothing about that.
nothing.
We don't
We
talk
keep it strictly
religion.
boxing and
Yep.
race. That's
We
it.
don't talk about religion or politics here at Round One Sports
That's
Talk.
rule
We
number
keep
two.
that's
And
rule
then
number
rule
two.
number three: we don't talk about the Mexican cheat that beat Cotto. That name
Kodos
is not allowed
allowed
to
here.
be
You don't
typed
beat
in the
him
chat.
because he cheat. You
Yeah,
know?
we don't
And
That's
it,
that
that's
cheater.
that's one guy that's banned from everything I believe in life
Getting
like
his
that. You know what I'm
love and
saying? I
stuff.
hate that dude like that. So I don't
and
I don't
when
ever bring him up. So but
and when we talk shit about races, we keep it
Not racist.
we
This
keep it,
man.
for that country, but we don't get disrespected with the
no,
racism either.
no.
You
And
know, like we'll say like Mexicans down bad, another Mexican got beat,
yeah, but
shit like
we
that.
we
But
love our Latin
we
countries.
They
we're
are
not gonna
stepping
sit here and
stone.
Nah,
disrespect by
nah,
calling them
we don't,
wetbacks or none of that. No, we don't do
no,
that.
we don't play that shit. Those
Nope.
are our cousins. Like
Yep.
Mexico, they Latin. We rock with them. We support Latin boxing here around One Sports, but we support all boxing. We like to keep our guys' names up too. And I love the Mexicans, the Filipino fans, Ecuadorian, Cubans, Dominican fans come up here and have a platform to support their fighters as well.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
try to, but they don't do
we
no,
have an
they don't
amazing time
respect.
here, but me at any given day, you'll catch me playing the devil's advocate. You'll see me talking for this guy, putting this one, things like that, because, sometimes I'll take the other side. That because we need to, there's other fans that like this boxer
Hey
too.
yo,
But
the
don't take
first thing
shit
we
personal.
say, the
Never.
first thing we say, and I erased it already.
Yeah.
But the first thing we said is we don't mention that clown over here. And what does Ferno and Bulbos do? They write his name in the chat. I
Wait,
deleted it already. I deleted it already.
por eso
But
es que te digo que Bulbu
Check it
es.
out. Don't give it to
Gracias.
Inferno. Don't give it to Inferno. But give Bobos a 5-minute timeout for that.
Yeah,
ahí
he
se
knows
jodiste,
that.
Bulbos.
Give him a
Por
5-minute
cabrón.
timeout. Por cabrón. Give him a fight because he likes to play around. I like to play around too. He's 5-minute block. Give him. Because I'm not gonna punish the other guy because he didn't know, because he was leaning. I don't play with this dude, bro. I'm not gonna
No,
do it. I'm not gonna
no.
play this game. Don't do that to piss me off, please. I don't like this guy for that reason with that Miguel Cotto fight. I really don't.
And it's not even with just Kodo. It was even after that with Sugar Shane
Yeah,
Mosley.
I know. Yep.
It's beyond that. But hey,
It's
shout out to
beyond
Mr.
that.
Miyagi with the $10 super chat. He says
Mr.
salute Edwin.
Miyagi.
Mr.
Great
Miyagi.
night or morning of boxing. My laptop crapped out last night. Thanks for always letting me on the panel to chop it up on the sport we both love.
That's right, my brother. My brother always showing the support to the channel, Mr. Miyagi. We had a blast last night watching and calling these fights and stuff. And like I said, man, I really want to get that clip where I started like me and Mr. Miyagi, we were trying to cheer for our fighters and shit. He was going for Albright, and I was like, I mean, he was going for Andy Hiroka at this time, and I was going for Gary Antoine Russell. And you really see the competitor side of me come out, bro. I like it all came out.
You
Like
know what the fucked up part about all that is though?
what?
That Mr. Miyagi was so far ahead
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
trying to ruin it, but he's like, ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ooh.
He was getting me with that. He was. And I was
And-
like, I guess we expecting something to happen now. Like, yeah, coming up.
Yo, I have it all kind of listening to different chats, watching the fight, whatever. Everybody was in a different time. I was like, damn, I was feeling like in a trip over here in the Matrix and shit.
Right.
No, but
Nah,
it was a good night. Last night was a
yo,
good damn night.
yo, with all these Mexicans down bad, you know who's been gone for a long time? I haven't seen him.
Who?
Who do you think? Who's the representative for
Vaya,
Oh,
Mexico boxing?
where's Hugo? Where's Hugo at?
oh,
Hugo's been
you,
MIA.
yo, yeah.
Where's
Yo,
Hugo?
I think he's with
Hugo's
Devin
down
Haney
bad right
somewhere. Yeah,
now.
I think he's hiding with Haney somewhere. Está
Yeah,
en
Hugo's
la
down
cueva.
bad right
Lo fue a
now.
buscar. Oíste, from la de hielo lo fue a buscar.
El hielo, no, el hielo lo tiene tranquilito, no, él trabaja para el federal anyway, so he's good.
So I don't know.
Yeah, el
I
cabrón
don't know where
trabaja,
he
yo creo
at.
que él trabaja para TSA. He's good, he's good.
I don't know where he at. Yo le he llamado,
He,
pero
he,
I don't know.
he's hiding with
Duarte, papi. Tenían Duarte was the last opportunity to shine, and pop, they let escape. Está loco,
listen,
papi. If you
este
don't
Fel
fight,
no.
you're gonna get a fee. That was
Fe-
what should happen.
Fel no, I could honestly say he's saying that Barrios laid a giant egg last night. Listen, I could honestly say that fucking true Azteca blood, that Azteca warrior in
No,
him,
I need
bro,
that
it really
entrance.
showed out. It really showed out. He showed grit. He showed heart.
When he was doing that entrance, my stuff was doing buffering. I was like,
Look,
damn,
Bubos came in with a bullshit account laughing. He's calling us Joricuas.
my llorón. Ah, eh,
Yeah,
es que Bulbo, como todavía tiene, cada vez que llama el Uber llega un donkey. ¿No me entiendes? Por eso es que está molesto. Yeah, that is cap, a freaking donkey. Shit.
the Tijuana tornado beat the brakes off Cotto. Keep crying.
Pero ¿para qué tú lees eso, cabrón? Okay.
No, para darle pauta al cabrón para que se
No,
sienta
no,
bien.
no, no, because you know Edwin, no.
No, as long as we don't say his name, that's
I
all
don't
that
care.
matters.
La chata de México. Que mira, papi, Daniel Santos fue el primero que. Daniel Santos beat him up twice and cut his eyebrow twice. You know, before he was a name. That's the reason he had to put stuff in his glove, because the first Boricua he fought, beat the crap out of him. That's why. Shit.
No, pero no le des data, no le des
Pero es que
data.
para que ellos sepan, porque viste, ellos hablan de el tramposo ese, tierra que no sirve. Siete tierras le llaman. Papi. Pero, hecho, el primer boricua que perdió, lo partió. Broke his eyebrow. Split his eyebrow. My bad. 1-2, 1-2. You listen to me? 1-2.
Edwin's a little lost. He's like, "What's going on?"
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a little lost because I'm actually hearing our video from yesterday because I'm trying to find that spot, right, of what I'm talking about with me, right? So I'm hearing your voices, the same two voices on the air and the same two over here, right?
Oh my
So it's
God.
really fucking me up. Yeah, it is. I had to stop because I can no longer like
I told you
concentrate.
that.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm about to
multitask.
start
Crazy.
answering shit that I'm hearing on the other screen.
And you
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna be like, "What the fuck is that one saying?" Like, I'll be all over the place. So what's happening now? What's going on with you guys? Barrios, what?
He laid a giant egg last night. And that's when I responded to him. I
Yeah,
said, you know,
I heard you.
Egg.
I heard
he
you. I heard you.
he
Yeah.
he showed that Azteca blood, that
Nah,
Azteca
he didn't.
warrior in him.
He didn't lay a giant egg. He got shut down.
Yes, that was the.
There's a difference. There's a difference. Mario Barrio was in shape. I'm tell you guys, he took some punches. Go back and watch that fight. He took some punches to the body and head that normally I think would have folded a regular fighter. Mario Barrio, that Aztec fucking warrior that lives inside of him, like he definitely was there to fight. He just
Look.
Ryan was just better. Yo,
Look,
$2
look,
super
look.
chat. Ryan,
Yeah. Look.
Ryan needs to beat Rolly first, right? Then Haney.
Then Haney. There goes the Haney protection plan. There you go.
That's the protection
It's
plan. Why he has
DHP
to
there.
be-
But hold up, my man. Yo, shout out for the $2 super chat. Yo, but isn't your boy Devin Haney saying he's the one that doesn't want to fight Ryan now? So I think you need to convince Devin to take the Ryan fight, because just a week ago they asked Devin on social media and Devin denied. He said, "I don't need to fight Ryan. I'm already over here. That boat has shipped and sailed."
This
Because-
is the Ryan that I thought that I was gonna see with Rolly, the
Right.
Ryan that we saw last night,
Right,
and
right.
this Ryan beat Rolly.
And Malasa, didn't Round One Sports Talk tell you, hey guys, look at what's going on. Ryan is coming off a year layoff, year suspension, and he got like upwards of $20 million. A young kid like that. I don't think he was as dedicated. When he fought Rolly, I came back on and told you guys, I think that wasn't the best version of Ryan.
No.
I think Ryan had ring rust.
The
He had
street of
ring
New
rust.
York. They were
I
fighting
told
in
you.
the street, was
And
no-
what-
no locker
Malasa,
room.
what was I saying? This fight with Mario Barrio, I got footage, I got receipts. I said this fight with Mario Barrio is going to determine for me whether or not Ryan had an Austrian career, whether or not that Ryan that he had with Devin Haney, if that Ryan ever showed up. Well, guess what? He was better in this fight than he was in the Devin fight.
Yes.
In
Oh,
all
yes.
aspects.
Oh, yes.
In all
Everything.
aspects. And I know he pissed clean, right? So it answered my questions.
Well, he also at the post press conference, when one of the reporters asked him about the drug test or whatever, he raised his hand and showed him, like, look, motherfuckers, they just drew blood from me.
Blood. They drew blood from you, not urine where you can trick. You can't get around blood.
Hell no.
You can't get around blood.
He showed his arm, like basically showing everybody, like, look, they just drew blood.
Just drew blood. That's why I was confident in saying I knew he was under a microscope, and under a microscope drawing blood. You cannot come off of something, cycle off something, and then draw your blood and it won't be detected. You're talking about the world leading in doping. These are the top agencies in the world. They've seen every trick in the book.
Edwin, we know what happened.
Ryan
These-
beat him
these
clean.
gaslighter
Yo,
channels.
hold
Fair
on,
and square.
Gaslighter channels start to
Fair
say
and square.
gossip
Nope.
to other
Hey, Ryan
friends.
answered a lot of people. They should.
Hey,
You can hate
Flex,
all you
hold
want.
on,
You can
hold
say
on,
what
hold
you
on.
want.
Yo,
Yep.
we gotta address this. I do.
Yep.
Flex $2 super chat. He said, "Yo, what's up? I just joined, and he can't comment. Hold on, let me go over here and see what's going
What?
on. Hold on, I'm over here. Let me see. Hold on.
Does he have to be the 5 minute member? What? Why can't he comment?
No.
Fix
Wait,
that.
this is Flex Black. Hold on, who's this? Nope, that was Bulbos.
But if he can't comment, he just wrote a comment.
Because
No, he did it in the super chat.
You can do
Oh.
it in super chat, but you cannot do it in regular chat.
Edwin, go on your side on the master thing over there and see, because
Okay.
I don't. Hold on, let me see something.
Yeah, but for me, Ryan answered a lot of questions.
No, you good on my end.
I
Edwin, I
Maybe
don't
he
know.
has to-
Did you,
He has to wait the 5 minutes in order to super chat. I mean, just to rate a regular chat. He has to be a member and
No,
sign
he
up.
did-
yes.
no,
No,
you're
there's a
missing the point.
timing. There's a
The
timing
subscription.
process.
Yes, yes. When you subscribe,
When
you
you
have to wait
subscribe, yeah, and it doesn't
five
just, you
minutes.
can't just automatically jump on and just start texting. It won't
No,
let you. There's a
you have to
time
wait for.
period. You're gonna have to
Yes.
wait like 5 minutes or some 15 minutes, some shit like that. I forget what it
That's
is.
stupid.
No,
Yeah,
because it.
it does. It
No, no, but
prevents
it's
people
better.
from like new people just trolling and getting in.
Yes.
If you're a
No, no, no,
troll,
no, no.
you
Time
won't
out.
wait the
Time out.
5 minutes.
No, time out. He wrote something before he became a member. He's a
Ah,
member now. Hold on, let me go back.
or tell him to
Flex,
go
try to
out from
type
me.
something in now. Now I'm going to the settings myself right now. I'm going there too.
Or sometimes if you get out of the page and come back, then you see the chat come pop up and
Oh
stuff.
yes,
Sometimes
yes,
it's the
that too. Thank you,
signal or
Malasa. Thank you.
some
Thank you,
stuff.
Malasa. Yeah.
I bet it's something minor.
Flex, if it doesn't let you type, get out and come back in and see if it lets you.
Yeah.
Because on my
No,
end, he's good. I don't know about your end though, Edwin.
I'm checking it right now. Advanced settings. I'm here.
Okay, he just said disregard. It came through.
Nice.
eh?
There you
Oh,
go. There you go. See,
Welcome
yeah.
to La Familia.
Yes,
yes,
brother.
welcome,
Welcome. Yeah,
welcome.
I knew it. You had to wait that period, that time period. It wasn't gonna let you, but thank you for joining. Welcome to the Round One Sports Talk family, where we talk boxing.
Boxing.
Where were we, guys? Where were we? What was going
We
on?
was giving the credit to Ryan how he earned the respect
No,
of a
come
lot of
on,
people.
guys. Come on,
But
guys.
yes,
Let's
the haters
all
and these
criticism aside. You got to be honest.
gaslighting
Did,
channels.
yeah, did you guys enjoy the performance that Ryan, and like I say, you could feel that way about Mario laid an egg or whatever. I take it I'm more on the line that Ryan shut him down. Ryan was just a better fighter. That's it,
Yeah.
period. Sometimes, we don't want to admit it or give excuses for why the person lost. Like frontline with Subir Matias and frontline with Edgar Berlanga. He's always gonna come up with something, but no, I'm on the line that at your front line, bro. Listen, bro. He lost. They lost. They lost. They lost fair and square. They lost. That's it. Let's move on. So, fighters can rebound from losses. Once upon a time, Ryan Garcia lost to Rondo
Yep.
Roley. Okay? And today he's a world champion. So don't tell me no man can change their stars. And just because of a loss, you're going to allow that to define you. Edgar Berlanga, Subir Matias, fighters like that will be back stronger than ever. And you never know if a world title opportunity presents itself.
I
Right
think
place,
Sugier
right
going up to
time.
47 would be a good look.
I
Look,
hope so.
that's up to the man. Whatever he feels like doing, there's plenty of smoke at 140. And if Rondo Roley was that guy, why doesn't he fight, fighters? Well, they're different division. Well, he would come up if Rondo wouldn't mind that 147 jump from Subir to Roley. I would, I
Yeah,
Yeah.
would,
absolutely.
I would take
Yo,
a fight like that, you
Flex,
know?
Yeah,
Flex.
that's what we're
Hey,
talking about.
Flex says Albright upset one of the Keyshawn brothers too. That's when that fight kicked off.
Yeah.
That was
Listen,
Albright was
Calvin.
good.
Calvin Davis is when the fight was it? Yeah, it was no, it wasn't Calvin. It was the other one.
the older brother. He beat the older brother. Albright beat
Calvin.
the older brother, right? And
Calvin.
then
Yep.
they jumped him in the thing, but Albright all got wins against the whole Davis family because even though Keyshawn beat him in the fight, it was later ruled a no contest. So he doesn't have a win against Albright.
Or a little.
So Albright is like winning against the whole
2-0.
family.
2-0.
Yeah, against the whole family. So and then Albright, he really showed
Lot of
that
heart.
for his level of fighting, he understands shit about boxing. He waited for Frank the Ghost Martin to get that close to hit him with that shot. Those first two punches he threw weren't the punches he was looking for. It was that snappy shot over the top that he wobbled Frank the Ghost Martin with. That was
Yeah.
the shot Albright was looking for.
But
And
Martin was smart to hold to do what he
oh
did.
yeah, that was great. Yo, the clinch is right there. Yo, that's
Hey,
when you see,
I'm
some
precisely.
fighters. Yeah, what's
the
You're
up?
not
level.
new. You're not new here. You know Edwin is Mr. Butcher.
Yes, I will butcher a name. You know
He
that's
is
but
Mr. Butcher. He
I
said Rondo Rolly.
Rondo
Hey, Flex says
Ramirez.
Kerr's moving up. He said these two fighters who now think they price fighters, no legacy for them.
Who? Who? ¿Por qué tú
Este
crees?
Shakur, he's moving up, and then he
Let's
said
see.
these two
Everybody's
fighters.
saying that. Everybody's saying that, but I don't see it. Like 140 is his weight division, and he got a lot of smoke over there to make a lot of money. I don't know why he wanna go to 147 to do what? To fight who? Haney? Nah, Haney's
Well,
not even.
no,
It's
it's
better
like Flex
names in
says.
140
It's
that
he's
he
going
can
for
make
the
way more
prize.
money. What
He's going for
prize?
the prize. That's why.
Why? Which
Well,
one?
the one the 140 weight division right now is in a bit of a shambles. With Richard Hitchens pulling that shit off with the IBF 140-pound championship.
Yeah.
Also the newly what is Dalton Smith going to do with the belt with the WBC title at 140? And then Gary Antoine Russell just fought Andy Hiroka.
Yeah.
Right, so the options for Shakur Stevenson, if you think about him, at 140 versus 147. Now,
Pero Pitbull Cruz
I
is
think,
by there.
I think Shakur Stevens should stop playing with boxing, get serious, and take his little ass back down to 135.
Nah.
Dominate 135. Take all those belts at 135. If not, then uphold your status at 140. Do a
He can
reign.
challenge his
Yeah.
mandatory. Get
Do a
that
reign.
defense out the way.
You gotta stake your flag in the ground somewhere.
Yes. And
Somewhere
Shakur
you
now
gotta
is
make a
there.
reign. You gotta be like, this is my fucking division. Boom, I'm the man here. And the way you do that, you gotta beat
Yeah.
everybody in the division. You can't beat one person
No.
and be considered like Terrence Crawford beat Ismail Madachek at 154. Did that automatically make him the best 154 pounder in the
No.
world?
Hey,
With
Mr.
no
Butcher,
reign.
No.
With no reign.
Madrimov, not Malachek.
Well, yeah,
Madrimov,
Madrimov.
Israel Madrimov,
With 10 fights.
whatever,
The
man.
Madrimov have
You
10
know how I
fights.
am with these Russian names and everything. I be mad rocking them, everything. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning how to pronounce these guys' names, okay? But you know what I'm talking about. I apologize. You know, I'm getting better on that. That is a something in my reporting skills that I
Yeah,
I
no,
work
but
on all the time,
that
man.
don't
I'm
make
not.
him the
And
best
that I don't
154.
take this shit not seriously because I'm hard on myself about not pronouncing these guys' names. But it's just tongue twisting for me, man. I'm
But at
just
least you
from a different
remember
part
the
of the world.
name.
That's all.
You
But
remember
anyway,
some part of the name. I don't even remember the freaking names.
yo, yeah. So, you know, I'm just talking about legacy, gentlemen. I'm talking about real reigns and dominance. You can't be considered the best fighter in that division if you only beat one guy. At
No.
some point, I feel Shakur Stevenson is going to make a stand. You're going to have to
Defend that
build
title.
your own legacy. Terrence Crawford, although he got a lot of criticism for chasing Errol Spence Jr., and Errol Spence Jr. put Terrence Crawford's career on hold, but Terrence wasn't willing to move. He had his sights on a target, and he was going to complete the mission. He went to a
Different
division,
careers.
stuck his flag in the ground, and said, I'm going to be the best here as well. I was the best at 140. I'm going to be the best at 147. And he did that. Shakur's got to do the same. Shakur had 3 belts down there at the lower weight division at 130. So, you know, look, all this gimme shit, 144 catch weight fights, there's no legacy there. There's no belts there. There's just a name. So there is a potential for a big name fight. Okay, you can have that.
But Shakur right now is hot, right? He's the name. He's the bag.
He
So if
is.
you put
He
him, if
is.
you put him in
He
good
is.
opponent, like you're gonna sell because he's hot. He's the bag, and if he keep putting performance, more people gonna come and watch.
Well,
him. So he don't need to go and catch up big names because he's the name.
Yo, why you bringing up old shit? Why you bringing up old shit? Why we reminding? Why I remember when Edwin called the Dula Mason, yo, hey, listen. You know what I mean? You don't gotta bring up old things. You know what I mean? Why don't we talk about the future? Why don't we talk about the fighter's name that I got right You know what I mean? This is
Hey,
that bullshit. Hey, yo, Fred,
Flex
like, take
says,
over, man.
Flex
I'm gonna
says, I
get a
want
drink.
Kurt. I
I'm gonna
want
get a
Barrios
Kurt.
coffee.
can take over of 135.
He says, I want Kurt to stay at he wants Kurt to stay in unified. If Ryan not on the juice, he can give Kurt trouble. Power longer and quicker than Teal
What in
was.
the juice? What
I don't
juice?
mind the fight, but rather see the Dev rematch. I agree. We talked about that earlier. Right now, the
Yes,
problem
it's
is
there.
Dev is in protective custody right now. He's
Ryan got
quiet.
a good rematch to make money.
Bill Haney's quiet. Nobody's talking. They're all trying to push him on Shakur.
Savage. Yeah, like
I
Shakur, why? Why Shakur is doing his thing in 140 and he's a name in 140. Ryan's gonna be a name in 147 that Celtic and maybe Keishan move up to 147. We don't know. Always speculations that take us nowhere. Like I stay with Shakur in 140, fighting all these names down there, making bread, because he can defend the title against El Chihuahua Cruz. He can defend it against this other guy that fought Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. He can fight El Rayo Valenzuela. He can fight is
well,
it possible
Rayo's in
Duarte?
Sufa right now, so that's not gonna happen.
Okay,
But yeah,
but Duarte is in 140. Duarte
there's a
versus
lot of fights
Shakur
at 40 that Shakur could make,
and
but
make a lot of money and fill up the stadiums. That he
it's
don't
like
need
I do.
to
It
chase a name.
it
It's not like Devin Haney that Devin Haney need to chase a name to try to sell tickets or fighting empty buildings in Saudi Arabia. There we go.
What are we doing? Who are we talking about?
we ain't
I
talking
don't.
about nothing. We waiting on you.
Stop it. You guys didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going.
No, we kept it going. No, so Flexion says, I want Core to stay and unify. If Ryan not on the juice, he can give Kerr trouble. Power longer and quicker than Teal was. I don't mind the fight, but rather see the Devin rematch. And what we said was, Devin and Bill are both in protective custody right now.
Yep.
They hiding.
They hiding out. They hiding out from
Melasa
Ryan.
Melasa mentioned that Shakur has a lot or at 40 to prove. I mean, you got, Duarte he could fight. He's got
Yeah.
Pitbull he could fight.
Oh
He
yeah.
mentions Rayo Valenzuela that could fight, but I
Good
said
fight.
Rayo's at Ansufa now, so I don't know how that will
Yeah.
work.
Didn't Ryo just get cut in his last fight?
I don't know.
Yes, for the first time, yes. Mr.
Yeah.
Miyagi says Shakur has a lot more to prove at 140. He
Yeah,
may be classed
because
the
Hmm.
being
best currently, but there are plenty of great fights at 40. And then Flex just said Bud's skill level and his 74 arm reach is what helped him beat Nello and fight at 68 more than making the weight.
I
yeah,
I, 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 I like that about his arm reach, but I think what beat Saul
everything,
Canelo Alvarez was
everything.
definitely place punching,
And the speed.
Terrence and speed. Yeah, and the pull
Speed,
counter, the pull counter.
technique, game plan,
Yeah, man.
corner, everything was
Yeah,
everything. You
Terrence
cannot say
Terrence was
just one
smart.
thing.
When you're fighting at that level,
Wait, I want
gentlemen.
to throw this in too.
Yeah.
That fight, Mexico down bad.
Oh, down bad, down bad.
Very
No, no,
bad.
no, 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 no. I'm waiting for them to really pop off. Like, oh, Puerto Rico down bad. Yo, y'all lost the biggest fight. You lost your belts to Terrence. All right, you're
Mexico
down
down
bad right
bad.
now. You guys are down bad now, right? Right, right. Shots
Bad, bad.
fired, right? Always love. But check it out, right? Look, say what you want. Say what you want about the outcome, about Styles, about how Terrence fought him, what Canelo did, or how he beat them. The thing is that Terrence truly proved the point that the skills pay the bills. I gotta be honest. He was a much smaller guy. The deck was stacked against him, I believe in anyway. And shouts out to the men and the women that can perform like that at the higher at to pull some shit like that off. That wasn't easy. So I give Terrence all the credit in the world, but I gotta be honest that everybody's not Terrence Crawford. And I don't think,
No.
although Shakur Stevenson is very skillful, you gotta have something in, some size. You know what I'm saying? You can't be light in the ass.
All facts is in the building.
You feel
Salute.
me?
He's
You mean you
closer to
can't you get
Blueprint.
you know Terrence got size. You want to know something about Terrence? He was a multiple athlete. He was a wrestler in high school. He plays basketball, baseball exceptionally well. He could have been a different kind of athlete. He had that kind of talent. And I want to explain something to you guys. When we say that there's levels to this, right? When you first start the boxing, for some guys, you think a fight is, I'm gonna punch this guy's face. What you feel is rage, sometimes anger, nervous energy, right? And you want to get closer to punch him. As you start to develop as a fighter, you learn boxing, where boxing fighting turns into boxing. You no longer view fighting as just throwing punches as hard as you can. You start to see strategy. You start to have a feel out process. You start to work angles and you start setting up your punches. Once you get past that level, boxing really opens its eyes to you. It really, like, once you can pass that, you'll see that boxing is a dance. If I do this, I get a reaction out of you. It's going to cause you to do this. I'm going to do this, block this, hit you there. That's when fighting becomes a real art. And you simplify fighting like a fraction. You break it down to the quickest. And for all the 20 years you fight, you'll see on one night, that was 20 years of experience for you to step back, count back, pow, knock them out. That was 20 years in the making of you understanding everything. So when you start fighting on the level that Saul and Terrence was fighting, that was a different fight. That was really chess. That was me stepping, you going, do this, block this, do you like that? You have to earn every punch almost. You had to set things up. It was a different level of boxing. I understand that. You see, the Albright and the Martin, they're at a different level. That was will, endurance, and to see if you can get to the next step, that kind of fight. It's a different kind of fight. The Shakurs, the Ryans now, the Devons, it's a different level. And I just want you to understand that Terrence Crawford fight with Saul, those were two master boxers, man. That was a different fight. There was listen, man. That's why I respect Terrence Crawford for that move and the way he did it. Because I understand everything he should have not been able to do. And I broke it down. Like the Charlo twin was bigger by frames. He wasn't supposed to do that against Saul, and that's why Saul agreed to it. Saul just knew he was going to win this fight. And that Terrence, you were biting off more than you can chew.
Yes.
Brother, it's fighting, boxing, there's levels to this, man. There really is. And I love it. I love it for everything that it brings. Boxing teaches me so much. So yeah, definitely.
Jason said Crawford is good, but besides the Earl Spence fight he fought, dudes were declining. Sean Porter, Kell Brook, etc.
Yeah. Look, I'm not here to break down somebody's resume on the fact of quality of opponents. I can say he fought Jose Benavidez after post gunshot wound. You can tear apart anybody's resume. You could basically do that to almost any fighter nowadays, right? In this day and era, the fighters are more protecting their long-term future. In the past, fighters would come into the sport and want to fighting the best. And 15 years from now, they can't even write their own name because they're suffering because the human body wasn't designed to take punches. So rather than it being rock'em sock'em robots, 15 rounds, all these legends, these fighters of today's era, they invest in better equipment long term. They fight less a year. Sometimes it's not pleasing to the fan. And I think that every fighter on a standard should fight 3 times a year. I think that's good enough. Shit. In Ionic Boys Club here, when I was we fought every Saturday, all year round. Every tournament, we were in there getting them little trophies. Mike Tyson is on a professional record. He fought 14 times in 1 year, but there's only 12 months. How the hell did you fight 14 times? Means you had to fight twice in 1 month. So I know that you can do it, but the risk, there has to be life after boxing. Terrence Crawford understands that. He doesn't want to be a vegetable. Some fighters talk about this. Tank Davis said, I want to retire at 35. I don't want to be doing this all my life, getting punched in the face. Punches to the face hurt. They hurt. That's why I respect these dudes. So what's up, Mr. Miyagi?
Yo.
Mr. Miyagi, what's up?
What's good?
Yo. I'm very good, very good. I'm glad I stayed up for that.
That was fun, huh? Mr. Miyagi was hanging in there, man. We were losing him at one point. He was drifting in and out, fighting to sleep. Yo, we're on a crazy time difference, and I always enjoy when Mr. Miyagi steps up. Like right now, what time is it out there right now?
It's like 8 o'clock in the afternoon or at night.
At night, it's 8 o'clock at night. Where I'm at, it's 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when it's 11 out here. It's really like 4, 5, 6 in the morning for Mr. Miyagi, and he's rocking out with us. So that's just amazing. Yo, Mr. Miyagi, now that I got you here and the next day and it's bright early, now it's late, 8 o'clock. For me, it's early afternoon. Tell me, what'd you think about Ryan Garcia's performance overall?
It's just vintage Ryan Garcia, isn't it? You could definitely tell as soon as I saw him land that right. He actually threw the right hand, unlike in the Rolly fight. You just see the confidence. Like you can definitely tell him fighting Rolly. There must have just been something on his mind because he wasn't throwing anything.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's good to see because he's just back. He's back to form, isn't he?
Yeah.
He looks strong at 147.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm a little concerned that didn't he say after the fight that he broke his hand on that first punch? He said that he hit Barrios.
No, not the first one. He said like in the 7th round. He said in the 7th. He said I was throwing the right hand shot. That's what I was catching because I knew he was gonna defend the check hook. I was throwing the right until the 7th. And I noticed he said that in the interview. Matter of fact, we could probably see if we can get a clip of it. Let me see if I can find that. But yeah, I'm not sure if he broke his hand. Like, there's different kind of breaks. It looks like he had a good fracture going there. He might have broke it, cracked it, or whatever. But there's some kind of broken hands that I see
This
fighters
generation is
can still
soft,
throw.
Edwin. This generation is soft. They
Can
get a
still
paper
throw
cut.
it.
They think that their finger's gonna fall off.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Ryan was still throwing that right hand, both hands, all the way into the end. So you could see whether or not the hand affected him. He was still letting it go. He was still letting. Ryan didn't stop throwing both hands.
You see, Ryan was happy just to crack Barrios right on top of the head. Like he weren't even punching like the ideal, areas of the face. He just kept cracking him right above the temples, which every time I saw those shots land, like the left hook and the right straight and the right hook hitting on top of his head, I'm thinking, oh God, I'm just waiting to see him shake his hand out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yo, but that comment about Oscar here, right? Yo, that was real emotion right there. That was Oscar De La Hoya, taking a shot on his fighter, like, Ryan, damn, I got you here again. This is your third title fight, man. Can you win this one? But when you saw Oscar jump up and Oscar's throwing punches like he's in the ring, he's out there like you can see that he surprised the world. He performed above the
Let
expectations.
Let's be honest, Edwin. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Oscar was happy because Golden Boy has a belt under their name right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Let's
know
keep it
it.
100 here.
Let's keep it 100. Thank you for the line. He brought Oscar Gold. They got a belt.
Yep.
They got a belt.
That's exactly why Oscar was happy.
Virgil didn't bring him the belt. Virgil's suing him
Nope.
now. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Virgil brought him headaches.
Headaches, and
Ryan
Ryan
brought him the
bring you the
belt.
glory when you thought Ryan was giving you the headaches. Look how
Yep.
the table turned.
Facts.
And you thought Virgil was your fucking golden boy. And he was doing all the right, and he's the one fucking stabbing you in the back, and the one that was out of control that you started to give up on. He's the one that came and provided and
Now here's
brought
a
the
question
company
though.
gold. Fuck out of here! You can't make
Ri-
this shit up, bro. You
Ryan
can't
threw
make this
hints.
shit up.
Ryan threw hints at leaving Gold, or that was his last fight on the contract.
Hmm.
Let's see how that plays out. Is it really his last fight?
No, well. I kind of, fighters can change their mind, right? But Ryan was on the podium and he said, "Listen, I know that you guys out there think that me and Oscar and Golden Boy have beef." He says it gets clicks, views, and likes. I guess it works, but I want to tell you publicly, Oscar, I want to thank you for everything you did for me, and like basically, thanking him for because he's the fighter he is. And then Oscar came over, he grabbed Oscar's hand, they hugged on stage. So Ryan's letting the world know, nah, I got a great relationship with Golden Boy and Oscar. Yeah.
I think Ryan has beef with Hopkins. I don't think it's the beef is with
Yeah, Ryan, you know what I'm saying? Save the world, save the children, you know what I'm saying? Save the world, the whales, you know what I'm saying? Ryan got beef with whoever, and like I say, I'm turned off by a lot of fighters' antics. And I spoke publicly about this. I heard what Tio said about Puerto Rican fighters, Latin fighters, but I always tell you, I can't allow that to sway my judgment on the fighter that you are. I'm not going to let your antics, your outside life reflect and outcast a decision based on because now I don't like you. It won't let me see you as a fighter. I don't do that shit. And that's why even though, like you frontline, you're like, fuck Tio straight up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I have to talk about Tio's fighting style. And I have to, alert you about the possibilities. Shakur just shut him down. Shakur shut him down. He made Tio look kind of bad. And Tio had a bad night. And I'm under the line. We talked about it. Tio needs better coaching. That's it. So, and then, so when it comes to like situational boxing things, I just, really want to like say that I try my best to see the fighter for the fighter they are, not for their antics. I think that the good role model for the children is a fighter that carries himself as a professional in and out of the ring. You have to understand that you're an athlete, and that no matter what, you're gonna have cameras on whatever you do, whether you chose this life or not. This is the sport you entered. You have an obligation to the fans to act accordingly. Don't do those Keyshawn things with your baby in the hallway, jumping your opponent, brother. They fought him, and they gave you the key to the city 2 days ago, and they're taking it away from you. Now you're waking up with charges. Kids are looking up to that. When they see Tank Davis' picture in a hit and run with a pregnant woman, and her statement was, he looked me right in the eyes and fled the scene and left me in the car. Kids are looking up to this, man. And sometimes I'm turned off by some of the antics and some of the behavior that some of these boxers do outside, but I still don't allow that to judge cast my judgment on them in the ring. So I'm very aware of what I'm looking at, and I'll give credit where credit's due. This is Ryan's moment for now. Devin Haney truly has to come in here and, answer the questions. I don't think that the boxing world, which we lead by machismo and dominance, is going to allow Devin Haney just to feed you the story that that ship has sailed. No, motherfucker, then you better catch up to it. You better catch up to it because we want to see you fight Ryan. And do you guys feel that Devin Haney needs Ryan now? Or are you guys still on the line that Devin doesn't need Ryan and that ship has sailed?
Well, according to the chat, we got Flex saying that he thinks that Devin beats Ryan this go round.
Okay.
Then Richard says frontline Rolly Romero se vuelve a ganar a Ryan Garcia. That he would beat Ryan Garcia again. He's talking about Rolly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yo, take your glasses off and blink if you in trouble.
Listen,
I heard
listen,
some noise in the background.
listen, guys. I am blinking. I am under duress. Okay, all right, right. Listen. Wifey she wants my attention right now. She just wants to show me all the new stuff and what we have to do for this snowstorm. So listen, guys. Unfortunately, I do have a snowstorm coming in.
We see who's the boss there.
Oh, listen. You hear her in the background there? She's like an epic snowstorm. She can't wait to show me everything she did. Look at you. Gambling addiction. Oh my gosh, she's buying scratchies. Oh, she went to the store and bought scratchies. You see this? Oh. Oh man, listen,
nah,
fight
but
fans.
go ahead, get ready, yo. Throw some salt down before the actual snow drops, so that it won't stick as much.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Here's this guy in Florida gonna talk to me about snow. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
hey, Florida engineers a lot of the good shit.
Yeah, right.
You got smart people down here.
Yo, listen, fight fans, I want to thank everybody that came up, tuned in, hit that like button, and all to the Round One Sports Talk members, the new members, old members. Shout out to you guys. You guys make this possible. Thank you for everything, your contribution, your support to the brand. Subscribe to the Round One Sports Talk family. If you love talking boxing and you're done with those old kind of channels that all just want to swear and cuss and, not even allow a person to talk. Yeah,
say belts don't matter.
Come here to Round One Sports Talk, where your voice and your opinion counts, and we can have fun. So, fight fans, I'll tune in tomorrow, 7:30. I'll probably be under the snowstorm. My wife said, "You better hope you can. You better hope we have internet." Wow, listen. We'll manage here at Round One Sports Talk. We'll get to you guys. So, fight fans, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Front line, Mr. Miyagi. You guys are the best. And to everybody, good night. Mr. Miyagi, good night, right? Good afternoon over here.